I'm Jennifer Kuiper. President Trump is the first sitting president to attend oral arguments at the U.S. Supreme Court. It's over his attempt to end birthright citizenship. Solicitor General John Sauer has argued the 14th Amendment's clause was meant for freed slaves and their children, not children born to people who are here illegally or temporarily. Justice Elena Kagan tells Sauer,
even your brief concedes that the position you're taking now is a revisionist one with respect to a substantial part of our history.
CBS's Michael Wallace.
The 14th Amendment is for the
Protesters held signs that read "Trump must go now" and "Hands off birthright citizenship." The Reverend William Barber
is another form of Trump's warped, wannabe God complex.
Some of the demonstrators supported Trump's executive order. Deborah Thompson of Seattle claims a lot of people come to the U.S. to give birth and live off the system.
And the nonprofits like Mary's Place pay for their housing and reduces housing for Americans.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
The Artemis II crew is now on board the Orion capsule for a 10-day moon mission. It's the first human lunar flyby in more than half a century.
I'm Peter King at the Kennedy Space Center. It's a dual helicopter escort for the motorcade bringing the Artemis II astronauts to pad 39B. They're in the Astro van about to pass us here next to the vehicle assembly building on the Saturn Causeway. A number of people here waving American flags and Canadian flags. The Canadian flag for Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen.
NASA's launch window opens at 6:24 p.m. Eastern Time. President Trump will deliver an address to the nation on the war with Iran. CBS's Olivia Rinaldi.
This White House is feeling the political pressure. They're seeing polling that shows independents are turning away from them and Americans are dissatisfied with the economy right now. So the president tonight going to try to make his case of why this is all happening, why this is all necessary, and really what is the path forward.
Iran's military has announced a new wave of missile and drone attacks targeting U.S. and Israeli sites in the Gulf, though there is no immediate word from either country of any direct hits. CBS's Jim Krasula says the weather in the upper Midwest is no April Fool's Day joke.
A late-season winter storm will affect ground and air travel across much of the Dakotas, almost all of Minnesota, the northern half of Wisconsin, and the upper peninsula of Michigan. Central Wisconsin, including Wausau and Stevens Point, is in for a potentially crippling ice storm.
Stocks are up on Wall Street. The Dow has jumped 258 points. The Nasdaq is up 225. Oil is down 1.3%. This is CBS News.
Go to the ends of the earth, half a world away. Reach for the stars.
It might take time to think. They might go get Brad.
On CBS, Sunday morning.
Puget Sound Energy wants to increase your electric bill. More on that coming up. But first, to check on your KIRO News Radio traffic. And it's a busy drive this afternoon. Of course, heavy rain adding to some backups. In Factoria, westbound 90 approaching 405. We now have what is a long-term collision involving a semi. It's got your 4 right lanes blocked. Only the HOV lane is open, and it's open to all drivers. Your bumper-to-bumper backup starts near Westlake Sammamish Parkway, a 3-mile backup. North 5 in Seattle, your bumper-to-bumper from the north end of Boeing Field to I-90. Another backup at 520 across the Ship Canal Bridge. 25 minutes to get you through downtown. And then, of course, this backup is adding to our West Seattle backup heading to I-5. You'll hit the brakes there at Highway 99. Now, South 5 jams up in Northgate. By the time you hit the U District, it starts to thin out. Linwood to Seattle, we're pushing 25 minutes. And we've got a collision heading through Des Moines. The South 5 just past State Route 516. It's got that right lane blocked. Got about a mile or two solid backup approaching the scene. This report brought to you by KIRO Newsradio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. President Trump now says the U.S. operation in Iran could wrap up in a matter of weeks. Washington Congressman Adam Smith is calling for a ceasefire now, telling CNN the war is dragging down the global economy and causing gas prices to soar.
I mean, we're talking about $4 a gallon gasoline here in the United States. Much of the rest of the world, they're running out of gasoline, period. Because, as Secretary Hegseth correctly points out, most of the rest of the world is more dependent upon the Middle East that we just blew up.
Smith chairs the House Armed Services Committee. He wants the U.S. to negotiate the best settlement it possibly can before ending the conflict. Puget Sound Energy has proposed major rate hikes that could increase electricity bills by nearly 30% over the next 3 years. Bill Gaines with the Alliance of Northwest Energy Consumers says the increases reflect a shift toward renewable energy.
It is a big rate increase, and it's on top of another big rate increase that occurred not so long ago.
PSE says the additional revenue will go toward system upgrades and improving reliability. More than 40 Washington companies have a part in NASA's Artemis II mission to the moon. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Sun says that includes L3 Harrison Redmond, which builds rocket thrusters.
Carbon Space and Defense in Mukilteo is also contributing to the mission. They make the mechanism that launches the parachutes to help astronauts return to Earth. Boeing is the lead contractor on the SLS rocket that'll propel the Orion Crew module into space.
And now look at that. KIRO News Radio weather, a soggy day across the region. Highs in the low 50s. Showers taper off tomorrow. We'll see some afternoon sun and a high near 53. And then a sunny weekend with highs into the 60s. 47 and steady rain in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday to you. Jake Skorheim here. Spike O'Neill sitting right there.
Happy Wednesday, brother.
Happy Wednesday.
Launch day. Launch day.
Launch day.
Isn't that great?
I'm excited. It's on all the TV stations.
Yeah.
Artemis II crew. Here's the thing. They're already inside the space capsule. They're not even supposed to take off until 3 o'clock.
That's right. It's about 3 more hours. Yeah. They're already sitting up in the capsule.
I can't go an hour without peeing. These guys are going to go.
Well, that's not a problem
there
for them.
3 hours?
They could go 6 days without leaving that seat and take care of all bodily functions.
All of them?
They're wired up. They're tubed up.
Ones and twos?
I believe so. You have to be. You have to be. Let me ask you this.
So.
Oh, no. The G-forces in a launch. You know what,
disgusting.
Bud? I have trouble
it's
controlling.
Space
it is disgusting, but it's science. It's science. We love science.
We love science,
right?
Yeah, we do love science.
I sneeze nowadays, and there are seal.
I don't like where the story's going.
Seal issues. Imagine a G7 launch.
Gross.
Of course, they're think about NASA. Ready for anything. Yeah. Ready for anything.
It's true.
It's exciting, man.
It is exciting. Are you excited about it?
I'm very excited about it because we've talked about this before. Mm-hmm. This particular launch, it's a hometown launch.
Yeah.
It's a Boeing-based product. So many different age.
I hope it goes well.
I hope it goes great.
I hope it goes well.
They had a couple issues with test launches and pre-launches that they say they've settled and issues.
Didn't they have to
had to bring it back in.
Well, they had to
turn a few screws,
delay the date.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And now they're launching on April Fool's Day. Is that the best idea?
Interesting choice.
Is that the best?
Sure.
Let's say you are the head of NASA, and you have the decision.
They offer you two potential dates.
Here's a couple of windows: April Fool's,
or Friday the 13th,
or April 2nd,
Friday the 13th,
or any other day.
Yeah, if it came up. I bet it came up.
They said, should we? And then he went, or she went. I don't know who's doing it.
Yeah, we don't mean to be cast.
This person went.
They went.
If we don't do it now, then it's going to look like we're actually giving into the fear-mongering of April Fools.
Roll the bones. See what they say. Let's throw the chicken bones on the floor and read the tea leaves.
That'd be disturbing. If
I think they're flying in the face of superstition and what if.
Confident.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're so confident. It's a shame that April 1st can't fall on Friday the 13th. Mm-hmm. We'd do it then. Mm-hmm. They're confident.
It's tough to do.
It's tough, but NASA can figure stuff out.
It's
all about
smart.
the math.
Can we talk real fast since we're talking about this? We have a ton of stories to get to, like a bunch of really good ones. I got to start with this April Fool's stuff, though, because I'm seeing so much of it, and I'm going to read a few of these to you. This was not planned, but I'm just going to read a few of these to you because it's the day. And are you an April Fool's person? Do you like it? Or do you find it as tedious as the rest of America?
I've had wonderful experiences with April Fools because I raised a fool. Well, an April Fooler?
A prankster.
A prankster, thank you.
Yeah.
I've raised a prankster.
I would say prankster.
A prankster.
I
remember turning on the water faucet back when I was doing morning radio, 4:15, you wake up, you go in the bathroom, you turn the faucet on, all of a sudden this spray hits your midsection and the entirety of the counter.
Yeah.
Because someone just put a piece of Scotch tape across the face of the faucet.
There you go.
right? And
That's a nice one. That's
it's
nice.
a fun one, right? So
Low risk.
You brush off the water, you clean the counter up for a minute later because now you got to, speaking of launch, number one, you go to use the bathroom, and next thing you know, you spend 5 minutes on your knees because someone has wrapped the bowl in saran wrap. And there's a moment when that gets to be, okay, you've gone beyond the boundaries of prankster.
Well, it's when you're covered in your own pee-pee.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
I remember.
I get on its merit. I understand it.
But when the kid, I told you we've got a wall in my house that's all family photos. Must be 20, 25 family photos, multi-generations.
Sure.
On one wall of my house. It's
beautiful.
It's beautiful.
We have something similar.
People come over and they can spend literally half an hour looking at all the iterations of generations of both sides of our family.
Sure. But why would you want to if you're not in the family?
People love it.
Do they?
That's my grandfather.
No,
he served in World War II.
That's polite.
That's my blah, blah, blah. They probably
I think
are.
they're being polite. I mean, if I'm being honest. But yes.
My kid took and I painstakingly photocopied like 25 photos of Steve Buscemi, and not the same photo. Different photos at different angles, and replaced every picture on that wall.
That's a good prank.
In every one of them has 13 of us in a big family photo.
And is it the correct angle? So like if somebody's turning inside, then
it took me a day and a half to even notice.
Oh, that's great.
That's a great
That's
prank.
a good prank. I like that better than the pee-pee prank.
Me too.
Because it's
so I said I've got mixed feelings.
Less
about today.
cleanup. Do you still have those? Do you still have those pictures?
No, we left them up for a couple weeks just for fun's sake, but we made the.
I'm sure you took a picture of the picture.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'll dig that picture out.
Let me read a few of these to you. You tell me if these are fake or not. This is from Puyallup Police Department. They say, important announcement. Beginning April 1st, our department will be enforcing a new traffic safety initiative, mandatory blinker fluid checks. Getting a lot of laughs in the room.
I love it. That's
Good
a
job,
dad
Puyallup.
joke.
All right.
Dad joke.
Drivers found operating a vehicle with low or expired blinker fluid may be subject to a citation. Officers will be conducting. All right, this is pretty good. I kind of hated it at first, but I like it now. All right, good job. Good job for Puyallup Police. Let's move on to the next one. This is from the Buffalo Trace Distillery. They make a good whiskey there.
Oh, really good, yeah.
But here's the thing. I don't know if this one's real or if it's just like a wish fulfillment thing. This actually seems like a good idea.
Now made with real buffalo? Is that what it says?
Well, listen to this. Buffalo Trace Distillery is releasing this limited edition Pappy Van Winkle Family Reserve blended with Coca-Cola for an ultimate ready-to-drink cocktail. Ready-to-drink cocktails are a big thing these days.
Sure,
and this one is in a can, and it looks like, look at this picture. It looks like Pappy Van Winkle.
It does.
Which is a very expensive whiskey.
It does.
Good luck buying
How
it for
much
less
is
than $1,000.
A Pappy and Coke goes for what, $75?
I think this is just the price of a
mixed,
like a cocktail. Call this $10. I don't know what the price is on it, but is it even real? Do you think it's real?
I don't. No, I don't. I don't think you mix Pappy Van Winkle.
Yeah, I think it's fake too.
Yeah, with a Coke.
Here's another one. Breaking news: Secretary Kennedy caught purchasing artificially dyed candies in bulk. It's like him at We have a fill-in producer today. He's training. Mike is with us today. Like you can hear his laughs in the background too.
Laura's
laughing at nothing.
Are they those?
I'm literally stone-faced over here.
She just doesn't care.
It's generational. Are the candies? Do they have like little worms in them?
They do not have worms. That'd be funny if they were candy worms.
Right? You see, candy worms. That's a better joke.
Yeah, that would have been
gummy
a better
worms.
Joke. Gummy worms. That's it. Not candy
in bulk.
Worms. Nobody knows what a candy worm is. All right, here's another one. Doritos put out this one. They say, get ready to smell like a snack. And it's body wash. It's Doritos body wash. See, these are all, they do make you laugh when you say it.
I you know what? I'm recasting my vote. I love this day.
You like these? Here's
I love
another
this
one.
Day.
Governor Ferguson signs millionaire's tax into law.
Did you write that one just for me?
Yeah, I had it.
That's really good.
Tiger Woods. What's happening with Tiger Woods? No, just kidding. That's not a prank.
Did you see Tiger decide he's going to go the rehab route?
Did he announce that today?
Yesterday.
Oh, he announced that yesterday?
It's great. I'm getting ahead of the curve here, Tiger says. Just so everybody knows I'm serious.
All right.
Jail, rehab.
The
God
timing,
love him.
the
God
time.
love him.
Yeah, God love him.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
God
need some
love him.
help.
God love him. And God does love him. Everybody makes mistakes. Listen,
Sure,
everybody
you
makes
betcha.
mistakes.
Betcha,
and,
bud.
You know, find me a sinner who hasn't.
We talking about Ferguson now or Tiger? God loves him.
No, the truth is, God loves all of them.
God loves him. That's
God
right.
loves
That's
Ferguson.
right.
God loves Tiger.
I love your consistency.
Both men make mistakes, but God says, hey, you know what? Turn from your evil ways.
You're a
Bob
work
Ferguson.
in progress, my mom used to say. A work in progress.
Yes. Here's a backhanded compliment for Ferguson. He has unlimited room for potential. Have
Nothing
you heard
but
that
up.
before?
Yes.
Nothing
yes.
but upside potential for him. He has unlimited room to be a better governor.
Unlimited.
Right?
The sky's the limit. Not that
kind of
dome.
nice-
Don't stop at that dome. Keep going.
Keep going.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah. He's got
Nice.
a long way to go, but
Look at that.
we'll see what happens. Speaking of Ferguson, let's jump right into first things first. Now the segment's almost over. He's signing a bill today. This is not an April Fool's joke, but he's signing that sheriff's bill into law today.
Yeah.
Bill number 5974, Senate Bill 5974, and it says in the press release here, relating to modernizing and strengthening laws concerning sheriffs, police chiefs, town marshals, law enforcement agency volunteers, youth cadets, specially commissioned officers, police matrons, and canine units. No, I'm just kidding. The canine one.
Police matrons?
Police dogs. Okay. So this would give that board
a review board
the ability to decertify and then to also remove. They could always decertify.
An appointed board, right? That we had an issue with that. It wasn't an elected board; it was an appointed board.
And you and I got into it because I thought they had the ability to actually replace with a person that they would decide,
of their choosing.
Which I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
They can't replace, but they can take away.
Yeah,
they can duly elected sheriff.
Yeah, they can do that. They have the authority. And I'm a believer in the fact that I expect the best of our elected officials. Maybe I'm a fool. Maybe it's the perfect day to expect the best.
It's the day for it.
Might be a perfect day. But I think this appointed board will have standards, and they will have scrutinized various sheriffs who might come in front of them to say, look, we've got standards. Rules have been set. You violated these rules. Mm-hmm. We are removing you from your job. I think this is a good thing.
How many counties we got in Washington?
Was it 37, 38? Somewhere in there?
Something like that, yeah.
38, I think.
More than a baker's dozen.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was a single one who thought this was a good idea. So I add a lot of weight to that. I feel like that's where I'm kind of coming from.
That's valid, man.
I trust the sheriffs and I trust the people who elected them to know what they're getting more than I trust an unelected board appointed by Bob Ferguson.
That's
just
where
I'm at.
That's a valid point of view, but I'm of the mind that should someone hit a crossroads in life and make a bad decision and find themselves in violation of the requirements of their office,
yes,
I don't think we should have to wait till the next election cycle for someone who is lawless, been deemed lawless,
and
to maintain their position.
And here's what I would say. I would look back at all the different cases of which they referenced where they felt that this was such a drastic need and to see how many of those actually existed. Because it feels like they're trying to create a problem where none existed.
That's often the case.
That's where I'm at. Sure, I don't know if that's the case, but that's where I feel like they're trying to, insert themselves in a way that gives them more authority. Again, this is the No Kings crowd, but this is giving them more authority to do things that they didn't have the authority to do before.
Well, I see it as accountability.
I'm sure you would.
Yeah.
As would they.
Yeah, a tool to guarantee accountability.
Tool is the right word. All right. Supreme Court. Did you see this one?
Of course I did.
Supreme Court in Colorado, this from Seattle Times said this. We'll just read the headline here, and then we can talk a little bit about it. The Supreme Court ruled against a Colorado law banning conversion therapy, quote, conversion therapy is what they call it, for LGBTQ plus minors Tuesday, leaving states like Washington with similar bans, bracing for potential legal fallout.
I believe 27 states have similar laws on the books, including state of Washington. Attorney General Brown says
23.
Is it 23? Okay,
23.
Thank you.
Yeah. 23, and it was not just a lopsided court thing here. It was 8-1.
8-1 decision. Yeah, surprised me a little bit, but
sided with the Christian counselor.
Yeah, it's what it was. The finding was on the grounds of First Amendment protection, free speech. They didn't speak to the validity of the treatment. They weren't speaking to whether or not conversion therapy is validated by medical expertise or psychological training or standard. They just said, look, in any state you can't limit. And in this country, you can't limit someone's right to have a message.
Yeah.
To have one type of speech over another. And they kicked it back down to the lower court.
Yeah, and in Colorado, they called this conversion therapy, although it doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like that's what it was to me. This was specifically in this case, it was a therapist who was a talk therapist.
Yeah, the conversations you have.
Talks it out with somebody. So in this case, a teenager comes in seeking therapy. In Colorado, the therapist was actually banned from communicating her ideas about what might help this person. And so that's what she took to the Supreme Court. Said, hey, you know what? You're actually stomping on my ability as a talk therapist to talk through issues. I mean, that's a complicated topic.
It is.
I would assume that they would be okay with talking through all sides of things. But in Colorado, they were saying, no, you can't do that. And was it Neil Gorsuch? Is that who wrote the majority opinion here?
Gorsuch, right?
Gorsuch.
Yeah.
That's right. Gorsuch. Justice Neil Gorsuch. I thought this was interesting because I think he makes a lot of sense here. I'm going to read to you from his majority opinion. And again, it was 8-1. I think
Ketanji Brown.
Jackson Brown. Is it Jackson Brown? Ketanji?
I always get it wrong because of the singer.
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think Running on Empty. That's not it. It's the other one.
Yep. She was the only one who
she wrote the dissent.
Had the minority dissent. So Gorsuch said the even greater dangers associated with regulations that discriminate based on the speaker's point of view when the government seeks not just to restrict speech based on its subject matter, but also seeks to dictate what particular opinion or perspective individuals may express on that subject. The violation of the First Amendment is all the more blatant.
Yeah.
It makes total sense to me.
I'm in concurrence with the majority on this with regards to First Amendment protection for. Yeah. I have no problem with this decision. I still stand firmly behind all medical and psychological research and all the papers written that conversion therapy has been deemed unsafe, ineffective. It's more detrimental than beneficial.
In this case, the talk therapy is what they were talking about.
But talking about conversion therapy to promote what Colorado and other states have deemed a unsound medical practice of conversion therapy.
Well, no, not talking about conversion. In this case, talking to somebody who comes in, for instance, comes in and says, I want to discuss the idea of changing genders or whatever it might be. And the therapist in this case might go like, well, hey, what about the possibility that you are uncomfortable right now, but in a few years you might grow to become more comfortable with yourself. Yeah, and you're actually in this case a Christian counselor who's saying you're created in a beautiful way, perfect the way you are.
Sure.
And most people feel as young people that they feel uncomfortable inside their body. Certainly I did.
Yeah, but I
imagine you did.
Of course, but I think this speaks to more. There are examples of what you're saying. That's valid. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Which was the case here.
Yeah, but they're also and I'm speaking about the judgment on conversion therapy, which is far more often.
Yeah, which is not even what they're talking about.
You're gay. That's wrong. We can fix that. To paraphrase.
That's not even what they're talking about here. It's just the talk therapy.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting one. Should we try?
It's got ramifications all across the country, as you mentioned, 23 states, including Washington.
Yeah, how does that play out here? It's just like that. Anytime the Supreme Court rules on anything,
sure,
there's going to be ramifications around the country. The mail-in voting one is another one that they're going to be dealing with in when is it? June. They're supposed to have a decision on that one.
On the mail-in ballots.
Yeah. Which was out of. Was that Mississippi?
Mississippi. Yeah. I mean, today they're hearing the arguments against birthright citizenship.
Yep.
And there's a lot going on with this court.
There's a lot going on. They typically will hear these arguments and then they'll give their decisions later in the summer, right? Is that how it usually works?
They'll hear arguments, oral arguments. They'll sit back and come to their conclusions and write their papers.
In this case, they sent it back down to a lower court, which is why we know all this right now. Do we have time to do this Kristi Noem thing?
We probably shouldn't dedicate too much time to this.
Just for our safety?
Yeah.
We don't get too much into this?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see those pictures going around yesterday of Kristi Noem's husband?
How could
and it
you
was
not?
a Daily Mail that posted these.
How could you not?
And, I mean, Spike, describe these in a family-friendly way for the audience.
Here's a married man, a father, a grandfather, who's led a very buttoned-up public life since his wife, childhood sweethearts, became governor, became Secretary of Homeland Security.
Yep.
And
so she was fired.
Yeah, a very public life of community standards and high moral values, and a gem in his community. Who's now been photographed in internet chat rooms, fetish-type chat rooms, in cross-dress attire. He's wearing a tight-fitting tank top with air-inflated appendages. Balloons, nippled balloons.
Well,
if I can use the clinical.
Just the balloon. That's probably just the balloon.
I hadn't even thought about
guess.
that. I thought you had to buy special balloons. I guess if you tie a balloon right, you're covered.
I mean, under a shirt, it would kind of look,
He had a wandering eye effect, I guess is what they refer to when they don't always point,
It's not perfect.
I heard a woman say they're not always sisters, or they're not always twins. Sometimes they're just sisters. Anyway, Kristi Noem's husband was photographed, and it was leaked out to the press, and now it's gone like a firestorm.
Everybody's
a firestorm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
When I saw this, I was like, "This is a sick puppy."
And people are saying, is it dunking on Kristi Noem because they don't like her political values or practices? And there's other points of view. It's like, well, it seems hypocritical for a married man who's, buttoned up and down, and we have Christian family values, and we're blah, 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 blah. This is my secret life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It seems, and a lot of people are talking about that aspect of it.
What are you talking about?
Well, no, but that's the viewpoint of most of the media coverage today. I'm not into the dunking on the family. I think they've suffered enough.
On.
I'm not. Dude, this is
You are the nicest guy on the air.
This is the second most.
You and me off the air, Spike. Come on.
This is the second most embarrassing thing that happened to this guy this summer. Okay, the whole jet ride with her assistant Corey Lewandowski.
This is more embarrassing.
No, it's not. You think so? Having a freak side?
Balloons?
Your wife's having a 30,000 feet.
Well,
love
I
fest?
understand the other thing a little bit more now.
To me, that's more. Well, they do kind of explain each other.
Oh, come on.
Both regards. They both kind of explain each other.
It's a crazy.
No wonder she seeks the comfort of a real man.
I think they're tied up.
No wonder he's in a fetish room with balloons in his shirt. No wonder.
Allegedly.
It's not AI. I think
we don't know. We don't know. Could be. He's hoping it is. All right, we got a lot more coming up.
He's saying it is.
We got a lot more coming up.
He's not saying it is.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code THRIVE25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code THRIVE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's THRIVE25.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Seattle without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Seattle for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text INVEST to 64,000. Seattle is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Seattle and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text INVEST to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text INVEST to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text INVEST to 64,000.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to
get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS4KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS4KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS4KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Let's talk about hockey. Don't you love a sport where it's almost fair game to throw off your gloves and bare knuckle it in that gray area? Hockey brings excitement, intensity, passion, often drinking. It's like a party with a puck. If you enjoy too many shots at the bar while watching slap shots on the ice, don't try to make a breakaway because the police won't just stonewall your goal. They're much more likely to throw you in that penalty box. And it won't be just a few minutes to think about what you did. Go ahead, enjoy cracking one open. Just don't overdo it. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com for your free private consultation. Hockey is one of the only sports where you can wrap around the goal and there's no out of bounds. But the roadway is a different story. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY.
Your new home for Tesla, EV, and hybrid maintenance is A&M Auto Repair in Bellevue with dealer-level diagnostics, electrical, mechanical, and suspension repairs. Find A&M Auto Repair in Bellevue online at myevpros.com or 425-96-EV-FIX.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order directing states to adopt stricter rules for mail-in voting. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports Washington's Secretary of State is pushing back.
Seconds after signing the order, President Trump said he expects states will file lawsuits.
A lot of rogue judges, but that's the only way that can be changed, and hopefully we'll win an appeal if it is, but I don't see how anybody can challenge it.
Secretary of State Steve Hobbs says he's thinking about challenging it, while Oregon and Arizona have pledged to file lawsuits. The order also calls on Homeland Security to compile a list of verified U.S. citizens eligible to vote in each state. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Trump says states that don't comply risk losing federal funding. Washington's unemployment rate ticked up in January, hitting 5%, up slightly from December. State officials say employers added about 2,800 jobs to start the year, but unemployment is now at its highest level since 2021. Most of the job gains came from construction, hospitality, and healthcare, while government jobs declined. Meanwhile, the national unemployment rate fell to 4.3%. Speaking of jobs, another tech company is announcing layoffs in Washington. KIRO 7's Lindsay Sheldon has more.
Oracle will cut thousands of jobs here in Washington. We know 491 people will be affected. Their last day is June 1st.
The company says it is investing more in artificial intelligence. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is threatening possible strikes on U.S. tech companies operating in the Middle East. The IRGC says 18 companies, including Microsoft and Boeing, are now considered legitimate targets, warning employees to leave workplaces immediately. In a message posted online, the group says for every assassination, an American company will be destroyed. This comes after recent Iranian drone strikes hit data centers tied to Amazon Web Services in the United Arab Emirates. No immediate response from Microsoft or Boeing. On Wall Street, stocks are on the rebound. Dow up 283, S&P 500 up 54, and the NASDAQ up nearly 270. And now your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by your Seattle Mariners, who have a 110 game this afternoon, and that's bringing added volumes to downtown Seattle right now. Westbound 90 in Factoria approaching 405. That earlier collision has been moved to the far right exit lane. The backup starts at 150th now. You're best to stick with the freeway at this point. We've now opened up 4 lanes for you. Eastgate Way and Factoria Boulevard, south of I-90, remain jam-packed. In Des Moines, South 5 just past 516, a collision blocks that right lane. You're bumper-to-bumper starting near South 200th. Seattle to Federal Way, we're up to a 40-minute drive. That's double the norm. North 5 into Seattle, packed at the Michigan curve to I-90. Another backup approaching 520 across the Ship Canal. 25 minutes gets you through downtown. And South 5 slow from Northgate into downtown, about 25 minutes from Linwood into Seattle. Ichiro Replica Statue Night is Friday, April 10th. Don't miss out and get your tickets at mariners.com. Steady rain all day with a high around 50. Thursday, we'll see that rain taper off, and then afternoon sun, 53 for the high, and then a warm, sunny weekend ahead into the 60s. Rain and 47 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. This is an interesting topic we're going to discuss in that Spike and I both are passionately uninterested by what we are going to discuss. Does that make sense?
That's fair.
I think that's
fair. That's where they've brought us with this story.
Bumbershoot just announced their lineup, and I included this in our, in the morning, email with all the stuff that we may discuss today. And I included it kind of as just I tossed it in there because I noticed the cost, which we'll get into in just a second. I noticed the cost for general admission, and I was like, that is generous, which we will discuss in just a second. And I didn't know if it would make the cut for stories that we talk about. And then you were like, I have zero interest in Bumbershoot. I'm not, you don't care about it.
I don't care. And maybe it's because I'm old. Maybe it's because I remember when I moved here in 1989, I'd never seen anything like Bumbershoot. Never. It was something Baltimore didn't have.
A good thing, a bad thing?
Great thing.
A good
Great thing.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, this end of summer music and arts festival, I got to learn so much about Seattle and see some of the greatest artists in the world.
And for anyone who doesn't know, this is in Seattle Center, which is like 74-acre, whatever.
Yeah.
And they have all these different venues, which you can then go into, and you can catch shows, you can catch comedy shows, and all these different things.
Well, there's multiple stages, acts of every level of success. My first year in Seattle.
The one qualification is that nobody can know who you are.
Well,
I'm just joking.
When you look at today's lineup, we'll get to today's lineup.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like my first year, B.B. King, Little Richard, Soundgarden, who I didn't know they were yet, Chris Isaac, Dr. John, Etta James.
We have a bunch of these if you want to hear
some.
Oh,
because I had Mike pull some.
So you actually heard Etta James sing this song at Bumbershoot.
At Bumbershoot.
At last.
I'm at Bumbershoot. They move you into the Key Arena, or was at the Coliseum at the time.
Yeah.
For the bigger shows, for B.B. King, for Ray Charles. We're talking Jackson Browne, Bonnie Raitt, no doubt, R.E.M.
Here's a little R.E.M.
First 5 years I'm in town, R.E.M.'s headline in Bumbershoot. Biggest band in the world at the time. They're ascending to that position. Right? Biggest cover of Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
MTV's Darlings.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Roy Orbison. I'm seeing Loretta Lynn played Bumbershoot.
Did you just assume that this was always like the biggest music festival ever? I mean, had you ever at the time?
No.
This is 1980s?
89.
89.
My first 5 years, 89, 90.
Did you go to a lot of music festivals before that?
I went to 1,000 concerts in my life.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're a big Bruce fan.
I was a big Bruce fan, but I mean, when I was 15, that's what we did. We saw the Stones, we saw Clapton, we saw The Who, we saw Springsteen, we saw Police in a bar. Going to shows was what I loved.
Yeah. You have a high standard for musical acts.
I just love seeing guys on stage. I think it's the live music is the greatest experience. And here's this weekend festival, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
At the time, I think it was $8 to get in back in the late 80s.
$8.
They jumped to 15 in the mid 90s, help cover costs.
Yeah. But that's still, in the 90s, it's something, but it's not so much money that you would stop you from going.
Right. And that's where you are today, buddy.
Did you see the amount of money that people are charging or having to pay to get into this thing now? Here's general admission tickets. General admission, which means the lowest you can pay to get into one of these things.
Right. There are upsell, too. You want to buy it special into bands you might want to see.
Yes. $155 is the low amount. General admission, $155.50.
That's for the 2 days, though, because now it's just a 2 day, not a 3 day.
2 day. If you want to get re-entry, so let's say you want to go in and then you want to leave and then you want to come back. That's what I just described re-entry. None of you needed that. I just felt like saying it. $175. So an extra $20. That's not bad. I mean, $155 is ridiculous.
If you pay $155 to get in and you want to go put stuff in your car or go grab a nap and come back that night to see another act, it's another $20.
Yep.
You don't just get to stamp your hand and come back in.
Let's see here. If you want deluxe, let's say you're a person who just wants all the bells and whistles, $325. For what? That's my question. What's on the lineup this year?
Well, then we get to the lineup.
Tell me about the lineup this year.
I'm nobody to ask. And here's the thing. I'm fully aware that this is not my father's Oldsmobile or whatever it is. What analogy works here.
Sure.
This music isn't for me. I'm not their target audience.
Who is their target audience?
I guess people who love these bands.
It's not. It's not young. Is there?
I get Death Cab.
Their headliner's
for Cutie.
Death Cab for Cutie, but that's for old people.
Well, you're sweet. You're so sweet to say that.
But it is.
They're local indie rock superstars. I've seen them 10 times at Bumbershoot.
Yeah.
As a
when I was in
supporting
high school,
one of the smaller
Death Cab
stages.
for Cutie was already a band that people were kind of like, they're
Sure.
neat, but they've been around a bit.
You know, we're talking, Orville Peck.
I don't know who that is.
I've heard of De La Soul.
Here, let's hear a little Orville Peck.
You got a little Orville Peck?
I got all of it, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Laura and Mike pulled all this stuff. If I'm sitting there and I'm listening to Orville Peck.
For $155.
Down on my ticket stub, it says general admission.
Right?
$550. I'm like, I don't know.
And that's the thing. For $155, I'll go see. I mean, I'd pay that to go see Bonnie Raitt. Jethro Tull, Steve Winwood, whomever, Sonic Youth, Lou Reed, Black Crowes, The Killers, bands I've seen at Bumbershoot.
Sure.
For
Here's another one.
$155.
Japanese breakfast.
Huh?
That's what's called
Is
Japanese.
that included with your ticket? I don't mind fish in the morning. Is that a band?
It's a band.
Again, this is not for me. I get that it's not for me.
You're saying it's not for you as if it's for someone else.
There must.
Who's it for?
There must be an audience for these bands.
This is Japanese breakfast. I love her.
I had a feeling. You love
I've
these guys?
seen her like 3 times in concert.
It's a her. It's not a band?
It's a band, but
It's a band.
she fronts it.
Okay.
Her husband is in it too.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't mean to demean them. I'm sure they're fabulous.
Go ahead.
$155.
No. Again, I get it.
I
I'm
saw her
an
at
old
Zootunes last
guy.
summer. I'm trying to think. That was probably like $50.
It's a lot of money. $155 is more than Disney.
Well, that's the thing.
More than Disney.
And to be fair to Bumbershoot,
you don't even get to see Olaf.
He's coming up.
Yeah.
He's going to be off the ticket today. All concerts these days are ridiculous. People pay $300, $400, $500, $600 to go see just about anybody of note.
You want to go
these
see
days?
You want to go see Bruce and get good seats?
Oh, I know.
$5,000. You
I
want to go
know.
see Taylor Swift? $20,000.
I know. I hear
People
you.
pay insane amounts of money for tickets these days.
Well, Bob Dylan has played Bumbershoot over the years, right?
I went to the last time he was here. Was it 2011? I'm trying to remember.
At
when it was.
Bumbershoot?
At Bumbershoot.
Okay, yeah.
I went to see Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
I went because I got free tickets. It was through the station, and
Sure,
they give you free
sure.
tickets for the kind of job that we have.
And it wasn't
It wasn't
your grandfather's
The free
Bob
ticket
Dylan.
was not worth the price.
Because he's a different Bob Dylan than you expect.
We watched,
Right?
my wife and I, we were married at the time. We were newly married. We were watching Bob Dylan, and we went with another couple friend of ours, and we're all sitting there and we're watching. We're waiting because it's Bob Dylan. I want to be able to say in my lifetime, I saw Bob Dylan, right? And then he gets up on stage. I'm like, this is it? This is the guy that everybody talks about? And I actually felt bad. I wonder if there was a Silver Alert situation out there and that he got lost because I
buddy.
didn't. No, I'm being dead serious.
I know you are.
What I was seeing on the stage did not look like somebody who fully understood where he was. And this is a long time ago. Is he still with us?
He's playing 2 shows at Chateau Saint Michel this summer. I'm telling you.
He's with us, God
He's
bless
playing
him.
2 shows. That was my question. If Bob Dylan can come play Chateau Saint Michel,
sure.
Why can't you get Bob Dylan to be the headliner at Bumbershoot?
Well, he was.
Why can't? But
it was horrible.
But for you,
it was very bad.
He's going to sell 2.
Everyone unanimously. Everyone I talked to, and I said, "What did you think of that? You're huge. You got a shirt on with his face," and they went, "That's horrible."
Yeah. It's not for everybody.
I mean, this is just my opinion.
I mean, that's the wrong example, but I mean, give me for $155. Give me some names I'm proud to see.
Yeah.
Give me some folks I want to go
It's a lot
see.
of money.
Heart's still alive. They're in town. Heart's not playing.
You know
Get
what?
Alice in Chains. Get Soundgarden to come back
I'd
and
give
play.
Bob Dylan another chance.
Would you?
I'd go see him again.
Would you pay $155?
No, well, no. But if the ticket were free, if Chateau Saint Michel wanted us to come and watch and make a judgment,
sure.
And we got a little Sauv Blanc on the way.
Here you go.
I might watch it.
You know, I would go see these bands at Bumbershoot. But
for what price, though? A real price, not just a fake one.
If they offered that, I really don't care about these bands' ticket at $20, I'd go.
Sure.
It would probably do me good to see Japanese breakfast cereal or
Japanese
whatever.
breakfast.
Sure.
Yeah.
Probably do me a world of good to expand my musical horizons.
Sure.
And see some of these bands I have no interest or have never heard of.
I'll make you a playlist, Spike.
I bet there's some quality music happening,
You
but
could
for
do-
$155 to take a chance?
150 is a lot. That's a
lot of
big.
money.
That's a big ask.
In this economy?
Yeah, it's a big ask. All right, well, it's coming up. So if you guys are
We have
interested,
Mike pulled 28 songs. We played 2 of them. I love you, buddy. Welcome to Laura's World.
It's
Yeah.
called hazing, Spike. You have to let me do it.
All right, we got a lot more coming up.
Did you pull the George Clinton I asked for? Do you have the Sheryl Crow?
What do we got coming up next? We got some good stuff. You don't want to miss a sequence. Oh, the rocket launch. Let's get into the rocket launch. We'll give you all the details.
Countdown continues.
It is. It's everywhere. We'll tell you about it next. We'll take you live to wherever they're shooting off from when we come back.
Go Space Coast.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO News Radio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app.
April showers bring May. Oh, who am I kidding? We live in Western Washington. The only thing April showers bring are clogged and overflowing gutters, which can damage your home and your roof down to your foundation. Fortunately, my friends at Valentine Roofing are ready to come to your rescue. Right now, you can bundle and save 10% off your entire job when you add new gutters to any new roofing project. Plus, Valentine also offers gutter guards to help keep leaves and needles out for good, which gives you an additional layer of defense against clogged and overflowing gutters. Having Valentine out at my house and seeing their professionalism and attention to detail, it's no surprise that Valentine Roofing was awarded the 2025 Gold for Best Roofing Company and Silver for Best Gutter Company by the Seattle Times Best in the Pacific Northwest Awards. You deserve the best too, and when you see that red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands. So schedule your free roofing and gutter estimate today to bundle and save 10%. You can reach them by calling 206 Roofing. That is 206 Roofing.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Are you stuck staring at your W-2? Are tax refund worries holding you back? You probably have FOMO, the fear of messing up. The fix? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve. Or your money back. It's time to overcome your fear of messing up and get your taxes done right. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
How does your roof look after this winter? Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Spring into action today. Save $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com. Hi, Sarah here with Safeway. We're proud to partner with Champions of Change co-founder Doug Baldwin to help nourish Washington students through the Nourishing Champions program.
Thanks, Sarah. And here's the reality. Every day, students across our state are staying after school for extracurriculars on empty stomachs, and some of them don't know where their next meal will come from. Food insecurity is reaching crisis levels, and the impact on our youth will extend far beyond this moment. The good news is that there's an answer in the federally funded after-school meals programs. But right now, Washington schools' participation is very low, reaching only 2% of the students who qualify.
That's where Nourishing Champions comes in. We're offering grants that not only fund food, but also resource and training support for the schools to offer an after-school meal program for years to come.
Our goal is to reach 10,000 more students in the first year of these grants and then grow from there. School staff can learn more and apply today at championsofchangefoundation.org and navigating to the Nourishing Champions tab. That's championsofchangefoundation.org and click on the Nourishing Champions tab.
Dr. Mark Wagner has performed over 20,000 stem cell procedures, including mine, at Seattle Sports Regenerative Medicine. And we've interviewed over 100 of Dr. Wagner's patients, and we hear the same things. It changed my life. I'm back to doing the activities I love without pain. It really works. It's remarkable.
We love helping people get back to living life to the fullest and doing the things they enjoy most.
They also must really enjoy not having the pain and recovery time with surgery.
Stem cell therapy is a 60-minute, non non-surgical, minimally invasive procedure to eliminate pain, regenerate cartilage, treat tendon and ligament tears, osteoarthritis, and chronic tendinitis.
And you only use the patient's own stem cells.
That's right, their body's own stem cells.
So whether it's a hip like me, an elbow, shoulder, or knee.
Don't forget ankles, wrists, and thumbs.
Yep, those patients too. Before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD first. Learn more at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. For a limited time, we'll pay the sales tax. That's right, we'll discount all new orders the cost of the sales tax on the project. Call today and let one of our pros come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Families across Western Washington voted Aegis Living Best Senior Living Community, and Seniorly ranked them #1 in America. See why. Schedule a tour today at aegisliving.com/KIRO and get a special take-home gift. Aegis Living. This must be the place.
Hey there, Dawn Riley with Olympic Hot Tub. Make the arrival of spring even sweeter with a healthy, relaxing saltwater soak every night. During our Sweet Spring Savings event, you can save up to $3,000 on the hot tub of your dreams. Experience the incredible wellness benefits of natural salt water right in your own backyard. Ends April 14th. Learn more at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom.
Great song. I'd pay a bumper shoot to see this.
I would too.
Plus,
take your protein pills and put your helmet on.
10. Ground control
9,
to Major Tom.
8, 7. God, I'm old.
See, I have to go to the bathroom even.
Down engines on.
They're waiting
space,
there,
the
all
final
there all day.
frontier, buddy.
Artemis 2 rocket launch. Should we go live? This is out.
We can go live.
This is out in Florida way. We can take you out. NASA is broadcasting this live coverage as they get ready to launch.
They anticipate 400,000 people in attendance to watch the live
I would
launch.
love. Let's check in on this for a second. Let's hear from this. Kennedy Space Center, Florida. What do we got?
Live now from the Operations Support Building here at Kennedy, where crowds are starting to gather, and we're honored to have Lisa Campbell of the Canadian Space Agency joining us. Lisa, Jeremy Hansen is about to make history as the first Canadian to venture to the moon.
We're going to build us a wooden rocket and shoot it up.
Thanks so much, Jasmine. It's
Tag
wonderful
along
to
with
be
you,
here.
Americans.
It's
All right,
such
bring
a
this
special...
down. We're just hearing about Canadians.
This is a historic day. It's the first multi-racial, multi-gender crew being launched to the moon, because it's been 50 years since we launched to the moon. Mm-hmm. And I think I heard someone from NASA say that if we're going to be an exploratory people, we need to be representative of the people of this planet. They thought that was, no one up there has got the job because they were of a color or because they were a female. They are all eminently qualified to do the jobs they're doing today. They weren't picked because of that, but they were all qualified, and they've got a representative group going to the moon. Just a sidebar. We don't need to get into whether or not that's DEI or good or bad or ugly.
I literally am just excited for a rocket launch.
Me too.
And I certainly wouldn't make any jokes. I'm not going to make any jokes.
They're going to go up and circle the moon. They're going to disengage from the landing module, which
it's going to be
they won't touch down.
Yeah.
They're going to then use boosters created right here in the Great Northwest to then reattach to their landing module and come on home.
Yes. Very exciting. Put me in an awkward spot, Spike.
Not at all, buddy.
Okay. NASA's launch window is 6:24 p.m. Eastern Time, which, if my math is correct, is shortly after 3 o'clock local time here, 3 p.m.
We're going to need you to hold that for at least 3 more hours there.
That's the thing is people can't pee. They can't get out once you're strapped into those seats. How long would it take to climb out of the rocket real quick and just go? They can't put a porta potty up there? But just sit there. Look at them. We're watching them right now. This is live. They're sitting there. This makes me feel like, do you remember that movie? Actually, I'm not even going to mention it because it's a bad omen. I'm not going to mention it.
Sure. Oh.
But do you remember the movie?
That Tom Hanks movie that shall not be named today? That one?
No, I was going to, nah.
Never mind.
Anyway, yeah.
See that bag he's holding? See,
That's
you don't have to get
amazing,
up.
though. Look at that. I mean, space is really cool. I'm really excited that they're going to do this.
It
and
is
get
a
people
marvel
out
that
there
we
again.
sometimes take for granted what we're able to accomplish as when we all put our heads together and sharpen our pencils and get down to work.
I'm
This
actually
is
kind of
great.
amazed we're not doing more when you think about how much technology we have at our fingertips now versus what we didn't have back in the 1960s when they did
what do you mean?
amazing things. They powered the entire space program back then on the equivalent of the phone, the computer technology that's in my toothbrush right now.
Yeah.
Sent men to the moon.
Right.
And they walked on the moon and they put a car on the moon.
They drove in the moon.
And
they had
now,
golf balls. Yeah,
I think it's neat that we're going. It's a first in many steps.
Sure, yeah.
They're flying around the moon. That's neat.
Yep. Touching back to Earth.
And like you
safely.
said, they got a bunch of people on the board.
It's great.
That's fun.
It's gonna be great.
But I'd like to see them get to the moon.
Me too.
But I guess
And
it's the
build-
first in many steps.
First in many steps. $20 billion commitment by the government to put a base on the moon.
To put a base on the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good on.
But this is a big day for Boeing because they gotta knock this one out of the park.
Sure do.
If you wanna
Last
be in the space
trip
game.
up didn't go so well. Stranded those poor folks on the station.
Yeah, that was rough.
All you need is we need a good one.
This is a big one. All right, we got a lot more coming up. When we come back, there's some great audio, and we're going to talk about wealth possibly leaving places like Seattle, which we'll discuss. A really interesting article about what's happening in Los Angeles, and does that apply here in Washington? All of that and much more. Stick around. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
I just can't dig it.
Dig what?
My water line.
Needs replacing?
And I don't want digging in my yard.
And maybe your driveway.
Can't dig it.
Don't dig it.
But how do you?
Apollo Plumbing replaces water lines without digging up your yard.
You're Dan.
From the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Apollo Plumbing.
Our trenchless technology replaces water and sewer lines.
Without digging up my yard?
2 little holes is all it takes.
Sounds better.
Faster, too.
And my yard?
Like we were never there.
Sounds spendy.
Not so much.
Oh?
In the end, about the same as that messy digging you don't want.
How do you figure?
Think about that landscaping you love.
Yeah?
Trenchless means you won't be paying to replace it.
Or my driveway.
We run everything underground.
Trenchless?
Do them all the time.
How about...
Easy payments?
Yeah.
With approved credit. Sure thing.
When can you get started?
We are the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Love that.
Apollo Plumbing, trenchless waterline replacement.
Sewer lines, too.
Can you dig that?
That I can.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
How would you like to finally lose all those unwanted pounds quickly without spending thousands on painful injections or prescriptions? Hi, it's Donna Simpson, health and wellness expert. You probably know someone that is using Ozempic, the hottest diet craze in the country. Everyone knows about this prescription injection. Celebs use it to look their best. The problem is most of us can't afford Ozempic, and these injections can be so uncomfortable. Now you can lose the weight just as easily, but with no needles, no expensive prices, no side effects, and no worries. You need to try Lozempic, a new miracle weight loss breakthrough that performs so well it's being called nature's Ozempic. Lozempic is an easy-to-take diet pill now available without a prescription, being used by thousands to get rid of those unwanted pounds. So call now and find out how to get a free bottle.
To find out how to get your free bottle of Lozempic, call 800-631-7101, 800-631-7101. Free bottles are limited, so call 800-631-7101. That's 800-631-7101.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
How would you like to finally lose all those unwanted pounds quickly without spending thousands on painful injections or prescriptions? Hi, it's Donna Simpson, health and wellness expert. You probably know someone that is using Ozempic, the hottest diet craze in the country. Everyone knows about this prescription injection. Celebs use it to look their best. The problem is most of us can't afford Ozempic, and these injections can be so uncomfortable. Now you can lose the weight just as easily, but with no needles, no expensive prices, no side effects, and no worries. You need to try Lozempic, a new miracle weight loss breakthrough that performs so well it's been called nature's Ozempic. Lozempic is an easy-to-take diet pill now available without a prescription, being used by thousands to get rid of those unwanted pounds. So call now and find out how to get a free bottle.
To find out how to get your free bottle of Lozempic, call 800-631-7101, 800-631-7101. Free bottles are limited, so call 800-631-7101. That's 800-631-7101.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. President Trump will address the nation in a few hours about the war in Iran. He posted today that Iran's president wants a ceasefire. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
Even as the president says diplomacy is continuing, more military power is headed to the region with more than 6,000 sailors aboard the USS George H.W. Bush and its 3 destroyers. Many Americans will be listening for Trump's rationale, like these people in Virginia.
I believe in might. I believe in strength. I think he's doing a good job.
Personally, I don't think we belong over there, because they've been fighting ever since before Bible days, and they're going to be fighting after we pull out.
It's being ran on the premise that they would get some enriched uranium and attack us. I don't think that's the case.
According to CBS's Holly Williams in Israel,
there is no sign here in the Middle East of the war ending just yet anyway. The sirens rang out multiple times here in Tel Aviv this morning. We were in the bomb shelter, I think 4 times, and Israeli emergency responders say 14 people were injured by missile fire.
The crew is on board the Orion capsule as the Artemis II rocket launch counts down. CBS's Allison Keyes reports on the hundreds of thousands of people who flocked to Florida's Space Coast for the historic launch.
It never gets old to see the rockets go up.
And this time there are astronauts aboard, and he says it's awesome.
This is huge. This is, to me, is history.
Nancy Gagir says she would have taken any spot to extend her stay for the launch and got one.
We've got 2 extra days.
Some say they're excited not only to see it, but to feel it. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
A majority of Supreme Court justices seemed open to rejecting President Trump's executive order to end birthright citizenship. The Trump administration says the phrase subject to the jurisdiction thereof means allegiance. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson questioned U.S. Solicitor General John Sauer about that.
Are you saying that only people who are domiciled here, as you define it, can form the necessary loyalty to the United States?
It's not allegiance is not a question of subjective loyalty.
Okay.
It is something it's a reciprocal relationship between the citizen, whether they want it or not, they have that allegiance. And I think it's powerfully...
On the basis of what?
Domicile.
The Utah County Sheriff says new DNA testing links the unsolved death of a Utah teenager in 1974 to serial killer Ted Bundy. 17-year-old Laura Ann Amy disappeared Halloween night 51 years ago after she left a party alone to go to a convenience store. Approximately a month later, her naked body was found on the side of a highway bound and beaten. Stocks have closed up on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
Every Sunday, moderator Margaret Brennan goes face-to-face with top leaders to make you better informed. Face the Nation, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Flock cameras are being reactivated in one Western Washington city. More on that straight ahead. But first, your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by your Seattle Mariners, who have an afternoon game about ready to get into action, 1:10. In Bellevue, northbound 405 at 520, we've got a collision partially blocking the exit ramp to westbound 520 in the left lane there. Both directions of 405 are heavy this afternoon between Factoria and Renton. It's about a 20-minute commute between Renton and Bellevue in both directions. Factoria, we cleared that collision westbound 90 approaching 405, so we're back to our usual afternoon slowdown that starts at 150th. Des Moines, same story. We cleared our collision south 5 just past 516. Still got about a solid mile bumper-to-bumper backup, so Seattle to Federal Way, we're down to a half hour, down from 40 minutes. North 5 in Seattle, we're struggling from Albro Place all the way into downtown. That is bumper-to-bumper. And again, just past Mercer across the Ship Canal Bridge, about a half hour to clear downtown. And South 5, you're going to slow in Northgate down to I-90. Linwood to Seattle, 25 minutes. Ichiro Replica Statue Night is Friday, April 10th. Don't miss out and get your tickets at mariners.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. A big rate hike could be coming for Puget Sound Energy customers with a nearly 30% increase over the next 3 years. KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson reports it's due to renewable energy investments and safety improvements.
Here's a breakdown for the electricity bill. Nearly 17% next year is proposed, getting to nearly 30% total by 2030 by PSE's own numbers. That means the ratepayers could be paying $600 more a year in just 4 years. Now, PSE says they'll be spending more than $3 billion in that time to improve the system and meet emission reduction goals by 2033.
Gas customers could see a proposed 20% hike, starting with a 13% jump next year. The city of Stanwood plans to reactivate its flock camera system later this week. It follows newly signed legislation that regulates automated license plate readers. Stanwood police previously shut down the cameras last spring to ensure legal compliance. The new legislation bars federal agencies outside of Washington from accessing the camera's data and prevents them from being placed in sensitive areas, including near hospitals or schools. The mayor of Stanwood says the new law strikes a balance between public safety and privacy. As of midnight, police services in the city of North Bend are being contracted to the King County Sheriff's Office. The interlocal agreement was formalized last year. Ed Hall, a former King County deputy, has been tapped to lead the department.
I will eventually have a detective and 10 deputies or officers that are dedicated to the city of North Bend.
And now look at your KIRO News Radio weather. 50 and soggy all day. Showers do taper off tomorrow with some afternoon clearing and 53. And then Friday, mostly sunny near 60. Rain and 47 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Lots of stuff to get to. We are keeping a close eye on that Artemis 2 rocket launch out of Florida, which should happen just right after our show gets off the air. So
keep our fingers crossed.
Keeping our fingers crossed.
Goes
Things
according
go well
to
for
weather forecasts are 80% favorable. That weather will not be a factor and allow for the launch to take place.
Pretty good. God, I love this. But again, it is on April Fool's Day. So wouldn't it be funny if at the end of it they just went, just kidding.
Poof, a bunch of flowers come out of the bottom.
Yeah.
Cotton candy, something.
Not a real thing. We're not going to the moon, they'd say. The whole thing was a joke.
For what?
2-year-long joke.
That's a setup.
That would be fine. Okay, let's get into some stuff. Speaking of jokes, let's talk about this wealth tax in Washington. I saw this piece. I was wondering what your thoughts on this were, Spike, because I think this is very interesting. J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon. Is it pronounced Dimon?
Dimon. Yeah.
Jamie Dimon.
Dimon.
Which for a guy whose job is to manage wealth, I mean,
right?
Come on. That's almost a name that you take on. Like you're 25, you just finished with your whatever he got in education and whatever degrees he got, and he goes, the name is just not clicking. I need a name that implies wealth,
right.
A name that implies.
Oh, you think it's like a performative stage name?
Well, I don't know that's the case,
Could be Jamie McCluskey, but this wasn't ringing a bell on Wall Street.
Yeah.
Diamond is the name you need.
Diamond.
Yeah.
Diamond.
Warbucks.
It does. Warbucks would have been a good one.
Scrooge McDuck.
Warbucks would have a little bit on the nose,
Right?
I think. Maybe a little bit too perfect. And McDuck also.
Right?
Jamie McDuck, I think would have been like, that sounds made up, Jamie.
Says money.
Anyway, he's the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, so he's made some money. And he was on Fox and Friends, and he was asked about the different states that have these high taxes, specifically on wealthy people. And he gives an answer. I'm going to play you what he says about it and whether or not he thinks that it's going to chase wealth away. And then in a second, right before we got on the air, I was looking around for other stuff to add to the story.
Always we're looking for something.
Always. And I saw a text, not a text. He texts me all the time. No, I saw an X post from our governor, Bob Ferguson.
Oh, okay.
Who quotes a local rich guy talking about how much he loves this wealth tax. And I'm going to read it because it really bugged me for a very specific reason. Okay. You know who Rick Steves is?
Of course.
Okay, so I'm going to read this to you in just a second. Bob Ferguson is, pushing out Rick Steves' message on this. But I'll read that to you in just a second. Let's first hear from JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon. Then we can hear about what Rick Steves thinks about this.
Washington State today announced we have a millionaire's tax. They are putting a referendum in California, billionaire's tax. What's the reaction been, Jamie? People are going, okay, I got the message. I'm out of here. You have more people now in Dallas than you have in New York City. Yeah. There's a reason for that.
Yeah. No, I tell people everyone's got to compete, including cities. And for a city to compete, of course, it's quality of life, it's your subways, it's your hospitals, but it's also individual taxes, estate taxes, corporate taxes, and it drives people out. So all you have to do is look at California versus Nevada, New York versus Florida, and there's a huge exodus taking place. It's not good for the city, and people just make a mistake, I'll just tax these people, but that's the outcome. And very often people think they're being moral by doing that, but they're not. What they're doing is they're hurting your own city, and unfortunately people vote with their feet.
All right, so that idea of people passing this because they think it's moral, as if you're helping everybody by taking money from some people and giving it to, I don't even know what they're giving it to here because they've not been clear on that. But this was I want to read you this text message. I keep saying text message. I want to read you this X post from Governor Ferguson.
Because we can't call it tweet.
That's what you want to.
I want to
call it a tweet so bad. Should I just call it a tweet?
You know what? Whenever
you sound like an idiot,
when you get a scratch, I don't care who makes the. You don't put an adhesive strip on your hand. Yeah. You put a Band-Aid on your hand.
Copyright.
Can you
say Band-Aid or is it a bandage? I think you can say bandage.
Adhesive strip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if it's actually Band-Aid brand, then yes.
Well, yeah, but
if it's Kleenex brand, then yes.
Okay.
Because I'm a stickler for things like that.
Every tissue's a Kleenex in my world.
I know.
Every adhesive strip's a Band-Aid. Every X post is a tweet. I'm old.
Sometimes a Kleenex is just a tissue. And sometimes a Band-Aid is just a bandage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes a post is an April Fool's joke.
Yes. It's a philosophical thing.
Sure.
People get it.
Sure.
This is Governor Ferguson's X tweet. Rick Steves on the millionaire's tax. And then he quotes him. He says, a new tax on fat paychecks like mine was just signed into law in my home state. And I like it. And for those of us with a heart for the public good, it's simply common sense. That's a quote from Rick Steves. And then Ferguson finishes it out by saying, it's time to change our upside-down tax system. Those, to me, this is the same conversation. Jamie Dimon saying that people are doing this because they feel like they're assigning a moral good or bad to it. Yeah. And then Rick Steves saying it's just common sense, and it's for the public good and people, of those of us with a heart.
He is assigning a moral degree to it as well.
Yeah.
Rick Steves is, sure.
But here's the thing. The problem that I have with this is nobody is saying that it's not a good idea to be charitable with your money. Mm-hmm. In fact, if you look at who's mostly charitable in Washington State, it has been to the tune of billions and billions by far and away. The most charitable people are tech billionaires.
Look at the Gates Foundation.
Right. Bezos Family Foundation. You look at all these different things. The single largest donation to cancer, not just in Washington, but to cancer in the world was from Jeff Bezos' parents who made good on their investment in their son, who made billions and billions of dollars. Yeah. And then they said, you know what? What do we need all this money for? We got a rich kid. Let's give some of it to cancer. And so they made the single largest charitable donation to cancer.
Sure.
If they didn't live here, those donations wouldn't happen here. And if they never come here because it's not a favorable place for taxes, that's the problem down the road. So you're assigning this moral good saying, hey, people like me, Rick Steves is saying this, people like me, if you have a heart It's for the public good. And the thing is, though, they're only doing it because they're so bad at spending money. There's no way in HE double hockey sticks that they could justify this at all if they weren't in a deficit, right? Do you think they would do it if they weren't in a deficit?
No, of course that's why they're going to resulting to extreme measures, of course. Yeah.
And so then the question is, well, why would you throw good money after bad? Why would you give the same people who got you into the problem the money to try to fix the problem that they got you into? Which doesn't make sense to me. Well, and go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I mean, Rick Steves is not wrong. He's made a moral decision to stay here, pay more in taxes because he understands in his judgment and his choice to make to stay and give a little more and still enjoy a wonderful life. He'll never miss the difference.
Here's the thing with Rick Steves. I actually want to make sure that I praise Rick Steves.
Sure.
Because he is a charitable guy. I looked into Rick Steves. He has made it a mission in his life to be very, very charitable. And I think that's great. He's given millions and millions of dollars to charities. He just recently, listen to this. This is from Money Digest. I was just reading about this. He bought a hygiene station, a hygiene center. In 2025, Rick Steves paid $2.5 million for the Linwood Hygiene Center. Rick Steves said, for the entire community of my down-and-out neighbors, this hygiene center is the only place to take a shower, wash clothes, repair a bike, or get a sweater, blanket, or hot meal.
Yeah.
It is an invisible need, an invisible center, helping invisible people.
It's a beautiful thought.
It's a beautiful thought.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing.
Yeah.
Most of the charitable work that's done is not going to be through the state. The state's not a charity. It's through people like Rick Steves who have the largesse to donate to these things. And I think that's fantastic.
I think it is too. But if the state's not going to meet a responsibility to the citizenry, then you have to rely on charity to get it done. I think that's a problem too.
No, it's not a problem. It's how the system is set up. The state is
not set up for charity to take care of all social needs.
The state is not designed to be a charity, though. The state is designed to run efficiently and to be paying for the things that a state should pay for. When you step into charity, that's where you step into a very great tricky area, and they don't have the money for it.
Do you feel that meeting a social need like a sanitation station is a charitable effort or a requirement of a society by a municipality?
Here's what I think they should do first.
Money?
Here's what I think they should do first. Pay for the roads that you're required to pay for.
Well, yeah, and we should.
And when you have so much extra and you've managed things so well, our state doesn't have money for 12 days.
I can't put potholes over people, though, dude. I can't do that.
What does that even mean?
Well, when you've got the roads all fixed, then we can take care of people in need.
But they don't have the roads fixed.
That's what I'm saying.
So how can they afford to help anybody when they can't even afford to fix the roads?
If they're putting people's public health
Let me ask you
and
a question.
well-being as a priority over road conditions, I think it's fine.
In the next month, I'm not saying you're in this situation, but let's say next month that you're squeezed for cash.
Yeah.
You got your mortgage payment that's due.
You
got your mortgage payment that's due.
Yeah.
And you got somebody down the road that needs $2,000 for a donation. What are you going to do?
I can't do what I can't do.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to meet my responsibilities.
Okay, then why isn't the state being held to the same standard?
The state is inefficient with our funds, and that's an unarguable point.
Okay.
I give you that. But that doesn't mean that we can't, we deprioritize all social programs.
I'm not saying to deprioritize all of them. I'm saying figure out how to pay what you need to pay for, and then let's talk about enjoying all of the wonderful beneficial social programs. That's totally fine. But until you're running a tight ship, the only way to keep paying for those things is to start taking money from more people. And if you're taking money from the very people who give you the money to be so generous in the social programs, you're going to be left in a worse and worse place.
I see that when you're driving the big earners out of town, you're going to take a hit to your charitable donations.
100%.
Absolutely. But Jamie Dine's saying there's no morality in this. Democrats keep framing it as a moral question about whether you stay and pay more or decide to take your money and go toward a more profitable location. I think that is a moral question. And I think the Democrats have a real valid point. Why?
Yeah, why?
Because you're deeming your profits are more, you've got every right to your profits, but your profits are more important to you than caring for the citizenry in the city in which you made all your money.
I would rather not the government decide what's moral.
Well, I'm not saying they are. What I'm saying
You're saying exactly that's what they're doing.
No, I'm not. I'm saying the people who decide to take their money and move to a more profitable location, they're making the moral decision to move for the sake of more profit. That's their decision.
Is it moral to give money to a fool?
I don't even know what that means.
So you're going to give money to somebody like Washington who wastes your money. Is it moral to waste people's money?
No, of course not.
So why give them more of it? How is that more morally good? Isn't it better to do what Rick Steves has done instead and make it your charitable personal decision to give the donation?
Rick Steves did more than that. He decided to stay here and keep his business here and pay more in taxes.
That doesn't make him morally superior, though, to people who've chosen to survive.
I think it does.
Why? Why does it make him more?
Because he thought of someone beyond himself and his business.
He has the largesse and the ability to stay and pay more. That's totally his right.
And he made a moral choice to do that.
It's not a moral. It's not a moral choice. Somebody who has to leave because they can't survive here. That doesn't make them a morally bad person. And that's who I'm talking about.
Well, that's fine. And I get you, the people, the businesses, the small businesses are going to be crippled by this tax. I am on board.
So how is that moral?
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the guys like Rick. I'm not talking about the guys like Rick Steves and Jeff Bezos and whoever these. I mean, record earners.
Sure.
Who are making the decision that record earning isn't enough. We're going to go elsewhere so we can not pay more taxes.
Aren't they smart though to not give money to fools?
They're brilliant. And somewhat immoral in my mind. It's just my opinion. Just my opinion.
I just feel like assigning morality to it is
Jamie Dimon does. Jamie Dimon did no problem with that.
He's saying you shouldn't assign morality to it. He's saying it's stupid to assign morality to it.
He's met his opinion over the Democrats. Jamie Dimon, by the way, who's got a train wreck full of disgrace.
You just said
and
a second
scandal
ago
in his past.
You just said a second ago.
On anybody.
You just said a second ago that not Rick Steves, that this is going to cripple small businesses. This tax.
Yeah, I believe so.
So why is that a good thing?
I never said it was a good thing.
I know, but Rick Steves that's what I'm saying. For Rick Steves to assign morality to it, and for Governor Ferguson to then put this thing out there saying, hey, it's a moral good. If you have a heart and you stay and you pay more money, you have a heart. For all the people who are chased out, do they not have a heart?
No, I think.
Or are they hearts for what they can do and their families?
I think we're talking about two separate groups of people.
It's all wrapped into one. That's the problem.
You can't judge the Amazons of the world along with the small business owners of the world. You really can't, because Amazon doesn't have if I don't lose, I'm going under a decision to make. Small businesses do. That's not a fair equivalency.
The problem is Amazon once started out as a small business.
Oh, I understand, but it
became a big business.
Yeah, but
Amazon is living the dream that every small business has when they start, which is that someday we're a big business.
Every bakery doesn't want to rule the world in muffins. Amazon's. I mean, I don't think it's fair to compare the different levels of business. I'm with you. Small business. This is an ill-conceived law. I don't like the way it's written. I don't like the way it's passed through. I don't like the way it's shoved down our throats. I'm with you on all that.
Sure.
California's talking about a referendum to the people of a billionaire's tax. I've said that from day one. This should be a smaller number from fewer people put to the people to vote.
Yeah, but that's a dumb idea too. But I mean, you're not dumb. That's a dumb idea.
No, I think that's got more common sense and reality based than ours does.
They're all leaving. They're all leaving California.
Well,
why would they stay?
They're not in California. They're not all leaving. Studies show 2%.
They've lost $1 trillion.
That doesn't mean they're all leaving. Those are two separate things.
They've lost $1 trillion. That's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
They have 200 billionaires in California. 100 of them just moved out. That's a lot.
Half of them moved out.
Half of them moved out.
Half the millionaires got.
Yes.
Half the billionaires got.
Go look at the founders of Google. Go look at the founders of all the different companies. I can give you a big old long list of people who have left. If only a small percentage of millionaires are leaving, then why is Kathy Hochul in New York going on TV begging high net worth individuals to come back to the state? She says, we want to be really generous with our social programs. Please come back. You're in Florida. Please come back.
So job one is to correct the ill use, the mismanagement of our resources. Job one. I'm never arguing against that with you. But in the interim, people are going to starve. People are going to go living on the streets. People are going to go without mental health care, without addiction health care, without homeless assistance.
The problem that I have with those arguments is that we are not lacking of funding for those things. How much have we spent on homeless in the last few years? Is the problem getting better or worse?
We're back to the argument. I've already agreed with that. We need to be more efficient with our money.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. If we've spent $2 billion on homelessness and the number has increased dramatically, then obviously it's an ideology problem. They're not doing it the right way.
We've agreed on that many times.
So when these people are assigning a moral good to staying and throwing your money away, that doesn't seem morally good to be making a stupid decision, and it bugs me.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to continue to throw their money away. People are going to
Rick Steves is. He's saying it in a post. I like it, he says. For those with a heart for the public good, it's simply common sense to stay and give money to a state that spends it poorly. They're in debt. They don't have money for their next budget. So I don't understand what the argument is to give more money to these people. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And I applaud him at the same time for actually putting his money where his mouth is and donating privately. You notice he did not give the money to the state to divvy out. He does it privately because he realizes that's a better way to disperse those funds. If you give it to the state, immediately the bureaucracy sucks up 80%.
He's doing both. He's giving it to the state and he's giving charitable. And
he's paying taxes, and he has the full-on right to give that money to the state if he wanted to.
Okay.
I love having the back and forth because it's like
I just don't keep going around the merry-go-round on this.
I don't think it's a merry-go-round. Everybody loves merry-go-rounds. I go to the park all the time. My kids love merry-go-rounds. All right. Should we move on to something else? Should we move on to California?
Sure, yeah. Sure.
This was interesting. I saw this piece in the LA Times. It was a Berkeley study that did this piece, and I thought this applies to Washington, which is kind of interesting. They found that the people who are leaving as a result of taxes and things like that, a couple different groups. You have rich people who leave because they can. But then you have poor people.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Then you have poor people who have to leave because they can't afford to stay.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you.
Which is horribly depressing and sad.
It is.
You make your home in a place and you can't afford to stay there. And we're seeing it in Washington.
Oh, you bet we are. Yeah, I'm with you.
And it's
bud.
awful. And you think about, I think about this all the time. And I'm, even though we're on a merry-go-rounds, because I have kids who go on merry-go-rounds, and in the next 25 years, my kids are going to be grown-ups, and they're going to want to build a life somewhere. Hey, can they build it in Washington? Can you afford a house in Washington?
I don't have to wait 25 years. We've talked about this. My kids are talking about where can they afford to buy a home, and it's not local. It's not close to me and Grandma.
Is that greedy?
No. On what regard?
Is it morally greedy for them to want to leave? No, they want a better life.
No, of course not.
Go off and have a better life. Yeah. But you don't want to have to lose your family in order for them to do that.
I'm with you, bud.
That's what drives me nuts. That's what drives me nuts.
Me too. Me too.
All right. We talked about that enough. Let's get off the merry-go-round. Let's go on to something else. All right. We got a lot more coming up.
High-tech layoffs?
When we come back, should we talk about weed? Let's talk about cannabis in our state. It's been 10 years since it's been legal.
All right. I'll mellow us out.
How's it going? Yeah. Depends on what strain you're taking. Yes.
Boy,
All
ain't
right.
that the truth.
We got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO News Radio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app.
Hey there, Dawn Riling with Olympic Hot Tub. Ready for family fun and fitness year-round in your own backyard? During our Sweet Spring Savings event, we're adding Endless Pools factory discounts with our already incredible savings. That means you can enjoy up to $16,500 off your dream swim spa. Don't wait. These amazing savings end April 14th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub. I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Let's talk about artificial intelligence.
I cannot answer that.
Many professions are using it, and allegedly some are even being taken over by it. At 1-800-DUI-AWAY, we know police are leveraging AI, whether it's analyzing body cam footage, reading license plates, or even facial recognition. AI has become a helpful tool, enabling officers to work more efficiently. And efficiency for them means more people getting pulled over. You can't chat GPT your way out of a high BAC. Getting legal advice from AI is no substitute for an attorney. Use AI correctly, or it can result in trouble, like a self-driving car taking you home from a bar.
You have reached your destination.
So call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com. If you get pulled over for DUI, the only thing you need your smart device to do is call 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY!
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Seattle without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Seattle for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text INVEST to 64,000. Seattle is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Seattle and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text INVEST to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text INVEST to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text INVEST to 64,000.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Your windows and doors play a huge role in your home's efficiency and comfort. Choose Lake Washington Windows and Doors for windows that are up to 25% more energy efficient than Energy Star standards and reduce noise by up to 50%. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com today.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. President Trump is set to address the nation tonight to give an update on the Iran war. CBS's Tina Kraus reports from London.
In a social media post, the president said a ceasefire would be considered, quote, when Hormuz Strait is open, free, and clear. Until then, we are blasting Iran into oblivion. CBS News has learned President Trump is also likely to bash NATO allies in his speech for not helping secure the critical waterway that roughly 20% of the world's oil passes through.
Tonight's address is set for 6 o'clock. We will carry it live here on KIRO News Radio. Supreme Court heard arguments today on birthright citizenship. The president is challenging the 14th Amendment's rights that anyone born on U.S. soil is an American citizen. CBS News legal analyst Jessica Levinson.
I think the Trump administration absolutely has an uphill battle here. I think an originalist perspective for this particular issue indicates that you cannot executive order your way out of the Constitution.
Farmers across Western Washington say more and more workers are being detained and sent to an ICE facility in Tacoma, even if they have proper documentation. Dylan Honkoop is with Save Family Farms.
It is impacting the farming community, and it can certainly have a much bigger impact if this kind of enforcement activity is ill-timed on top of busy seasons already in farming.
He says last year rumors of ICE raids shut down packing houses and processing facilities, causing significant damage to cherry crops in our state. And Senate and House Republicans say they have reached a deal to reopen the Department of Homeland Security. The plan would fund the agency through September, but leave out new money for immigration enforcement. Republicans say ICE and Border Patrol would keep operating using funds approved last year. The plan does not include reforms to ICE, as Democrats have demanded. Now to the closing bell reports. SpaceX is making moves to go public. Multiple reports say Elon Musk and his rocket company have filed for an IPO, seeking a $1.75 trillion valuation. That would make it the world's biggest initial public offering. SpaceX currently launches more rockets than any other company, seeks to put AI data centers into space, and long-term goals include colonizing Mars. At the close today on Wall Street, the Dow up 224, NASDAQ ahead 250, S&P 500 gained 47 points. Now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. A soggy commute across the region today. Be sure to watch for standing water as you drive around this afternoon. It's 25 minutes to get through downtown on northbound I-5 right now. You're packed approaching the West Seattle Bridge into downtown. You'll catch that little break through the heart of downtown and then another thick backup starting just past Mercer across the Ship Canal Bridge. And then you're wide open. South 5 slows from Lake City Way to I-90, Linwood to Seattle's at 25 minutes. Southbound 405 off and on slowing from Southeast 8th and Bellevue all the way to the Renton Landing. It's thick until you get past Coal Creek Parkway. Plan on 20 minutes to get through this. Northbound 405 slows through the Renton S-curves all the way up to 112th. Renton to Bellevue, also a 20-minute drive. And southbound 167 is starting to fill in through parts of Kent and Auburn. And again, Algona through Pacific, all added up. It's a 35-minute trip between Renton and Puyallup. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. And to your forecast, looking at a soggy Wednesday afternoon. Should start to dry out, though, tomorrow. Weekend's looking really nice, and with temperatures in the 60s. Right now, we're looking at low 50s across the map. I'm Aaron Granello, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. I saw this article. It's very well written, very interesting. Written by our own Aaron Granillo, who joins us right now.
Oh, what? Oh, this is the
talk about the
go-to.
Our reporter on cannabis health.
Yeah, sure.
The cannabis health effects of cannabis. It's in the name. It's been 10 years, right, Aaron? Isn't that right?
2012, the state legalized marijuana use.
It's been 14 years.
Yes.
When did recreational come on board? That was about 8 years ago?
Oof,
As I know, there was a green card requirement initially for the medical marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then you had to go through the rigmarole of seeing a doctor, getting a prescription for a medical marijuana card.
You had to have a green card to get.
You got to have a green card. Isn't that funny? Ironic, isn't it, how it comes around?
I thought that was just for travel.
Nope. Different color, different shade. The green card for marijuana, it's stuck to your fingers a little more. It's weird. How it works.
Got it.
So, Aaron, can you hang for a minute? I know you're wrapping up the next newscast. So, what is the 30,000-foot view, if you'll pardon the high pun, on the state of Washington and the citizenry therein after a dozen years of marijuana, recreational and medical?
Well, a lot of people are buying it, of course, and more people are using it, and it's more potent than it was when it was first legalized in 2012. At least that's according to one of the researchers of this paper that I talked to. Her name is Beatrice Carlini. The state doesn't really regulate the potency of flower or these wax products.
These concentrates.
Concentrates. So
that seems crazy to me when I saw that because I was thinking to myself, it's way more potent than what we grew up.
It's terrifying.
When I was I don't even remember what it was when I was in high school, but it's now 5 times more potent than it was just a few years ago. Is that right?
Yes,
It's 20 to 30% potency now, but back in the day it was 4 to 5% potency.
So the average THC level for flower, this is according to the State Liquor and Cannabis Board, 21% in 2022, concentrates averaging nearly 70% as of 2022.
Imagine you go to buy liquor and everything. It's just grain alcohol. If you want to have a parallel between the two, alcohol content has so much alcohol per volume, right? That's the proof. You take a proof, cut it by half. That's the percentage of alcohol. Flower marijuana has a potency that is still so much more because of genetic engineering and biofarming, whatever the right terminology is for growing in the state. But then you get these concentrates and you boil this stuff down and you concentrate this stuff and you find these different psychological and physical ailments that the state's finding more and more frequently in frequent marijuana users.
Yeah.
Psychosis.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So this is so the reason we're talking about this is because UW Medicine led this study asking nearly 400 clinicians across the state, what they're seeing today versus when we first saw it about a decade ago. And 388 doctors surveyed from December of 24 to March of 2025. So 70% of these clinicians who were surveyed, they're now treating patients who have severe vomiting is what they're saying, which can lead obviously to a range of factors.
Sure.
And then, cannabis use disorder, so addiction to weed, 65% of the people surveyed say that. And then the psychosis, about half of the people surveyed say that they are seeing patients with severe bouts of psychosis and hallucinations.
And anxiety is another one.
Yeah, because we're talking about such strong drug.
But I would have thought it would have the opposite effect. Isn't it supposed to make you... I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not a huge marijuana user.
What?
I'm not a massive... I tried it one time back in the day. Somebody gave it to me in a butter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was told to apply it to my nose like a
skin balm?
Like a sunscreen.
Okay.
I didn't really feel the effects of it.
Skin?
It was like
You'd
a
break
weed
out,
butter.
wouldn't you?
Well, it was very fatty. I was worried about the weight gain, but I was worried also that it would be because your skin is your largest organ on your body.
I've heard that.
And if you
in
put
an
it,
Old Spice commercial, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. And if you put it, it makes sense. If you put it into a paste and you lather yourself in it, then that's the quickest way to get
topical application of THC
topical application.
and CBD, which is the non-hallucinogenic.
Head to toe. I started my nose head to toe. I was covered in butter.
Good Lord, dude!
No, none of this happened.
Then you lay out in the sun.
None of this
Next
happened.
thing you know, you're flying and crispy.
Yeah.
This is
and there's animals licking me. I thought I was just hallucinating, but there's actually a squirrel. No, I'm just kidding. I've never had a cannabis butter.
But according to this study, doctors aren't prepared for the effects they're seeing.
Yeah, so it was about 2/3 said they don't really know how to respond to some of these issues when they come in. So the study is also calling for just essentially improved training on how to handle people who come in with these severe
From
cases.
a therapeutic or medical perspective.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And, to be clear, Beatrice Carlini, who I interviewed, she's not calling for, marijuana is here to stay. She acknowledges that. We're not going to.
She's cool.
We're not going to.
We're cool with her.
Yeah. She wants, and she's released papers about this too, saying we need to go back to making the cannabis of the 70s, really, when we didn't know how to produce it as well. And
can you put the genie back in the bottle, though? Because everybody now is expecting
it's true. It's true.
A ton.
Well, I think you need to. It's not just can you. I think Aaron's got, and the doctor that you quoted had a point that we have unleashed a monster onto this population because we've allowed this industry to just science itself up to the point of you got 70% potency in these concentrates. It's like, you couldn't smoke that much weed to get that much chemical into your bloodstream and into your brain.
Right.
And now we've got these kids that can go into the stores every day and get these concentrates or dabs or waxes or whatever it is that they're getting and use them in bulk.
Puffs, things like that.
Whatever it is, butter for your nose.
Nose
God,
butter.
you've been licked by a
Kids are
doe and you're
loving
in the
nose
psych ward because your brain don't work. You've got to start, as an industry in the state, I think you're going to get to a health crisis where you have an avalanche of patients.
We're there.
I think we may be too.
I think we're there.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people who are doing this.
And the state loves the tax money.
Yeah.
So are they going to step in here and provide some additional regulation for the benefit of public safety?
No,
I don't think so.
No, they're not.
I must be high to think they would do that.
To be fair, I did reach out to the Washington Cannabis Association, which is an industry trade group that obviously is an advocate for these weed stores. And they point out that this study does not say whether the weed that we're seeing from the clinicians, the survey doesn't say it's illicit weed or it's this regulated weed that we're seeing.
They're saying the drug dealers who are selling it illegally are giving you a bad batch.
Right.
That seems...
That's what they're saying.
I understand the argument, but I don't... Well, you can get it everywhere.
They are. You can get it everywhere, but it makes no sense to go seek the black market because the free trade... a public consumption market in Washington is so prevalent.
Man.
It's everywhere.
It's ubiquitous.
You can't swing a dead cat in a pot store in this town.
It's true. This is ironic because where I grew up, there was a house and everybody knew it. It was illegal. It was a legal drug. They sold marijuana butters and all this stuff.
Sure.
And people would go there and you knew to get it there. And then now, like across the street, 30 years later, is a legal dispensary.
Sure, a bunch of green neon in the windows.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And people are going in all the time. And I see the people going in, and it's like grandpas and nice-looking folks going in. They're buying all their...
I stopped partaking over 3 decades ago. I am a emeritus, an expert emeritus. I guess I have a lifetime's worth of experience, but it was in my 20s.
Sure.
Right? But I'm in the store often because I have a family member who uses for the elimination of pharmaceuticals in their lives.
Sure.
You know, they eat
there's
edibles.
benefits.
You betcha there are,
Yeah.
because they're not abused. And I would never take I would never take this family member some of these concentrates. Would break them.
Yeah.
I think the state has to take a look at what they're allowing to just roll into the streets.
Yeah, I agree.
And be sold to the citizenry without any kind of slap warning labels on the side of it.
Well, they already are. There are already warning labels on it.
Okay.
I mean, most of them do. They're
Watch
required
out.
to.
Watch out for those nose butters. It's potent stuff.
That isn't a visual I will never want to get rid of.
What is delicious
You in a field,
on sourdough
flowers.
toast.
Yeah.
Delicious on sourdough toast.
And good for you.
Good,
Aaron,
clean
thank you.
butter.
Yeah, thanks for doing the work there.
All right, Aaron, thanks, man. Appreciate you coming in. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. When we get back, this was a hilarious video. We're going to play you this at Disney. They have these animatronic characters that walk around. Have you seen these?
Oh, they're relatively new, but I've seen video. Yeah,
they
have been
look
in person.
real.
Yeah.
Like, who's the car? Who's the car? Steve McQueen.
Lightning
McQueen. He drives around. You can talk to him.
I know, and it interacts with the fan base.
Yes, and they interact. And there's another one that just had unfortunately, a pretty bad mishap in front of the kids.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we'll tell you about it when we come back. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
Spring is a perfect time to make improvements that protect and add value to your home. Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. For decades, homeowners across the Pacific Northwest have trusted our team for roofing, siding, windows, and custom decking. This spring, save up to $3,000, or qualified homeowners can take advantage of 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free estimate.
Got a Tesla, EV, or hybrid that needs repairs or maintenance? Take it to the experts at A&M Auto Repair in Bellevue, the new dealer alternative for your EV or hybrid. Visit A&M Auto Repair at myevpros.com or call 425-96-EV-FIX.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
You didn't work hard to watch your retirement unravel. You saved, you sacrificed, you built something meaningful for yourself and for your family. Hi, I'm elder law attorney Rajiv Nagaich. I've seen what happens when unexpected health events collide with traditional retirement plans. Savings that took decades to build drains away faster than anyone expected. At LifePoint Law, we help you build a life plan to help you protect your assets and way of life. If you are retired or thinking about retiring, now is the time to double-check your retirement plan.
Retirement doesn't have to feel like a gamble. With straightforward planning and clear answers, LifePoint Law replaces fear with clarity, but only if you start now. Attend the next seminar this Saturday in Bothell, April 7th in Bremerton, the 9th in Olympia, or the 11th in Federal Way. Seats are limited. Sign up now at lifepointlaw.com. Visit lifepointlaw.com.
File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction or your money back. File today the easy way in the Credit Karma app. DUI? Felony charge? Trust Bradley Johnson Lawyers and 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Over 30 years serving the Pacific Northwest and hundreds of 5-star reviews. Every mistake has a solution at 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY.
All right, welcome back to the show. I saw this video going around, Spike. We're just going to play the audio here in just a second. We can't play it because we do a live YouTube feed where people can watch us. If you guys aren't already doing that, you're missing out because you missed, especially when you and I are having disagreements. We make some funny faces.
I turn a color not usually found in nature sometimes.
And I just look sweaty. And so it's fun to watch.
If you think it's okay to miss that, you are missing life.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
Big time. So you should be watching that, which you can find on YouTube. Go to KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM. Look up the Jake and Spike Show, and it'll pop up there, and you can watch us live. You can also download the KIRO Radio app, which is a lot of fun. And if you want to participate in any of these discussions, you can text us at Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 888-973-5476. All right, so this video is hilarious because have you been to Disney in the last few years? I haven't since they started doing this.
Yeah, I haven't been in probably 10 years because the kids grew up out of that era.
We're going in not a few months. We're going in when is early next year. So like almost a year from now. About a year from now.
Going next spring break probably.
Yeah, probably around there.
Yeah.
Probably around there. Okay. And that'll be my kids' first time at Disneyland, and they're all excited because when you go to Disneyland now, all your characters, all the people that you grew up watching, you love, you want to see Darth Vader?
Right there, buddy.
He's there.
Tomorrowland.
He's walking around. That's a more traditional character to see, though, because that's just like, that's easy to replicate. Somebody puts on a Vader suit.
Yeah, anybody can walk through in a Vader suit. Same thing with the big Mickey.
A big
Goofy,
Mickey, a
Tigger,
big Minnie.
Sure, you
yes.
bet. Pooh.
But now what they have is they have like these animatronic figures that go around. They have a Lightning McQueen that drives around, talks to the kids. It's a car. Like a full-size car.
Oh, yeah. Drives through the crowd.
Yeah. They have a couple of handlers with him.
Sure.
In case he gets a little bit of a lead foot.
Absolutely. In case kids want to run and hug the bumper.
Exactly. They stop that.
Sure.
And they really talk to the kids. And then there's one of Olaf, which is a tiny little...
he's a snowman from Frozen.
He's a snowman.
And the beauty of this is...
It looks totally real.
Yeah. The animatronics, I mean, it's all science. It's all technology. Disney's been on the cutting edge of technology forever. But when I was a kid, the Hall of Presidents...
Yeah.
Which is now like mannequins at Kmart come to life.
Yeah.
But at that point in time, it was like, wow. I'm listening to George Washington tell me about the birth of our nation.
Yes.
And Abraham Lincoln about saving the Union.
Yes.
And they've gone through, but even now, even the Hall of Presidents now, looks pretty amazing.
It looks pretty good.
They've been upgraded, but Olaf is Olaf.
Olaf, it looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
And this is not like a Star Wars R2-D2 situation. Like, this is a tiny little Olaf. There's nobody inside.
Nope.
He's just an animatronic thing going around. You could never tell.
He's a robot.
Except he has this malfunction in the middle of this interaction that he's having with some kids. And the video now has like tens of millions of views because it's sadly hilarious.
I retweeted it on our Twitter account.
Oh, good.
Jake Spike Show. So if you want to watch the video,
People can
go
watch.
check
Can we
that
play
out.
just a little bit of it? Because what they do, here, let's hear a little bit of the audio and then we'll describe it. Olaf's chatting. Kids are looking at him. And he falls backwards. Not only does he fall backwards, he just like malfunctions and falls backwards. His nose falls off, which is not unheard of with snowmen. Like, it happens from time to time. I think even in the movie, it comes
he
off.
does. He loses his nose in the movie, but he
Put it
just
right back on.
collapses and falls back and is.
But the handlers, the funny thing is the handlers are people who are paid to walk around, the cast members, they call them.
Cast members.
The cast members walking around with Olaf have to now figure out, well, how do we get out of this situation? This robot just died in front of these kids.
Yeah.
How do we explain to these kids that Olaf, like, what do you do?
Because he's talking to the guests.
Yeah, and then
he's
he just
interacting
freezes.
with them, and he just freezes. He has a stroke,
Goes
basically.
down, lost my headphones.
I mean, he looks like he's having a stroke, and he falls over, and his nose falls off. Yeah. And there's the guard from Arendelle in traditional costume, because Disney is detail.
They're very
Every
good at
detail's
it.
perfect. Here comes. They should have an Arendelle medical fire truck.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they need, because this may happen. I guarantee
a medical fire sled.
A sled. Perfect.
A fire sled sounds like something that can't exist, but I guess it can.
It's Disney. Anything's possible. You get an animatronic moose to pull him back to have him read.
A Sven type, yeah.
We'll throw him into the freezer and get him back out here quick, kids.
But they have
Keep
to
the magic
have to
alive.
pretend that he's, and they bend down next to him. They go down on one knee. No, Olaf.
Yeah,
and it's actually really sweet watching these cast members try to keep the magic up for the kids.
They're so dedicated to the guests. They're
Yeah.
so dedicated to the whole experience. Everything about it. You know what Disney, that cast members are not allowed to end a hug.
Really?
Really. Watch. You can see videos when a kid comes up to hug a cast member.
That could be a
that
problem.
cast. There are.
Well, how do you get out of
mechanisms.
it?
I've seen videos of cast members hugging kids for 2, 3, 4 minutes.
That's too long of a hug.
It's not. It's
if I'm
not.
what kind of a parent's not stepping in, going like, you don't need to keep hugging my kid that much.
Sometimes these are special kids.
Well, I know, but even still, like 4 minutes. But there's a lot of kids around. Everybody wants a hug.
But the policy itself, I think, is solid as
sweet.
It's solid as
It's
a rock.
very sweet.
You want to go? That's enough, Timmy. I got to go hug 18 other thousand people right now. But I mean, a kid hugs a Disney character, they will stay, get on their knees, and talk to
And hug that
engage
kid.
and hug that kid until that kid says uncle.
Question for you: do they have the same policy with adults? Because Disney is a lot of a Disney. We've talked about this.
We
the
talked
other
about
day. There's
Disney
a lot
adults.
of
We
Disney
had
adults.
a Disney adult story just yesterday.
I'd have a tough time.
Vacationing
If I'm a
Congress
cast
member.
member and I see like somebody in a shirt that's too tight,
That's
they're
a
an
great
adult,
question.
And
Great
Mickey ears
question.
coming
Got
up
ears,
on the hug,
right? Big Sid on the back of his Mickey ears.
I bet you're allowed to break a hug with an adult.
It's a great question. I know cast members in Florida. I have friends who work at Disney.
Do you really?
Yes. I lived in Florida for a year, which is to say I had a season's pass and was at Disney 100 times in a year.
That's fun.
It was a blast.
Were you this is before you had kids?
Oh yeah, I was a single guy. Mid
Well, now
mid 80s.
it's weird.
No,
Well,
I wasn't
you're going
100.
there to
I
meet.
wasn't.
You're going there to meet girls.
I was going there to drink my way around Epcot.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a different thing.
That's an adventure.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
This is Lynn. She's always been active, maybe a little too active back in the day.
When I was 19 years old and immortal, I stripped out all my ligament and I had to have 6 knee surgeries, and that's on my right knee. And then my left knee finally gave out and had a torn meniscus.
Years of pain followed until she saw Dr. Mark Wagner at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm 4 months out and I have no pain in my knees, and I have had knee pain my whole life. I have no concept of what it was like without pain. It's a miracle. I'm totally thrilled.
No pain, no limits.
Dr. Wagner gave me the green light to ski again this year. I'm like, that's incredible. So I'm just so excited.
After years of surgeries and setbacks, Lynn finally got her freedom back.
I think he saved my legs, so saved my knees, and gave me at least another 10, 15 years to do what I want to do.
If joint pain is holding you back, find out what stem cell therapy could do for you with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Progressive knows life takes you in many directions.
Bear right at exit 32, then begin to wonder why you never bought a fish tank. In 1.3 miles, you'll realize you've been mispronouncing epitome your whole life. At the roundabout, you will remember you said something at dinner you wish you hadn't and will think about it for decades. You have arrived at your destination, but it turns out there really is no destination and life just keeps going.
Wherever life takes you, protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Not sure how to tackle your taxes? Are you sweating the small print? You may be experiencing FOMO, the fear of messing up. The answer? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it. With a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. It's time to take your taxes to the max. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app. You could file your taxes on a basic free service, which is fine. But are you okay with fine? Because when it's your money on the line, do you really want to guess if you missed a credit or hope the math is right? Get the confidence of TurboTax for free right on the Intuit Credit Karma app. Free Fed and free state for simple 1040s only. Around 37% of filers qualify. See details at turbotax.com/free. No schedules except for EITC, CTC, student loan interest, and Schedule 1A.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Voted best of Western Washington, ranked #1 senior living community in America. Aegis Living, Washington's most luxurious assisted living and memory care. Schedule a tour today at aegisliving.com/KIRO and get a special take-home gift. Aegis Living, this must be the place.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Peter King at the Kennedy Space Center. The astronauts have been aboard the Artemis II spacecraft for almost 3 hours.
Commander, OTC, Orion, Earth 1.
OTC, CDR has you loud and clear.
Good. Welcome, sir.
But after a smooth countdown, there is an issue. Not with the rocket or the spacecraft, but with the Space Force destruct system that would keep the rocket from hitting land and people if something were to go wrong.
At this moment, the range is no-go.
NASA's Daryl Nail says it's a communications issue involving the ability to transmit and receive destruct commands if sent. They're trying to resolve it using space shuttle-era equipment. NASA's launch window opens in 1 hour 24 minutes. It has 2 hours to launch, so there is time to hopefully resolve the issue. I'm Peter King at the Kennedy Space Center. Now with more CBS News, here's Jennifer Kuiper.
President Trump will deliver an address to the nation tonight at 9 Eastern Time. CBS's Linda Kenyon.
The White House says President Trump will discuss Operation Epic Fury, which it describes as a decisive campaign of American strength that is systematically dismantling the Iranian regime's ability to threaten the United States and the free world. Ahead of the speech, the president said Iran's president has asked for a ceasefire, something Tehran has flatly denied.
The national average for a gallon of regular unleaded gas is now up to nearly $4.10 as the war with Iran drags on. The average a month ago was $2.99. Joshua Harris manages a fresh fish distributor in Atlantic Beach, Florida.
Our deliveries prices will have to go up. Incoming prices are already rising because of the fuel costs. They charge more to bring stuff to us. The boats have to pay more for their diesel fuel, so the prices increase in that way, too.
The U.S. has lifted sanctions on Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, a strong signal that the U.S. recognizes her as a legitimate authority in that country. With President Trump listening to arguments by his Solicitor General, U.S. Supreme Court justices have heard both sides regarding Trump's executive order to end automatic birthright citizenship for anyone born in the U.S. CBS's Jan Crawford says it appears a few of the conservative justices did not agree with the Trump position.
This is probably the most consequential case the Supreme Court will have this term, certainly. But I thought that the arguments themselves kind of just fell flat by the end. And the justices themselves seem to start kind of almost checking out.
Republican leaders in Congress and President Trump have unveiled a plan to end the partial government shutdown and fully fund the Department of Homeland Security. It mirrors a framework that the Senate pursued last week before it was quickly batted down by House Republicans. This is CBS News.
I want to know what's going on in the world. I'm Tony. There are big questions that all of us are asking. I want to get you the answers. How are you? I'm Tony DeCopel. Join me on the CBS Evening News.
Pushing back on stricter rules for mail-in ballots. That's after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Yes, sir. Plan on a half-hour commute through downtown northbound I-5 with hefty backups between Albro Place and the Ship Canal Bridge. You can avoid this by hopping over to northbound 509 and or 99. Both routes are wide open heading into Seattle. South 5 slows from Lake City Way to I-90, and you're jam-packed between the Ship Canal Bridge and Denny Way. You've got a 10-minute delay from Linwood to Seattle. Both lake bridges are wide open. South 405, you're going to slow at Southeast 8th and Bellevue. That continues all the way to the Renton Landing. We're up to 25 minutes now between Bellevue and Renton. North 405 slows in the Valley Freeway past the VMAC. Seattle to Federal Way, a half-hour commute. Up in Everett, eastbound 526, you're packed leaving the Boeing plant over to I-5. And we've got a new collision down in DuPont, North 5 at Silicon DuPont Road, blocking your right lane. This report brought to you by your Seattle Mariners. Ichiro Replica Statue Night is Friday, April 10th. Don't miss out and get your tickets at mariners.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Washington Secretary of State's pushing back after President Trump signed an executive order directing states to adopt stricter rules for mail-in voting. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports.
Seconds after signing the order, President Trump said he expects states will file lawsuits.
A lot of rogue judges, but that's the only way that can be changed, and hopefully we'll win an appeal if it is, but I don't see how anybody can challenge it.
Secretary of State Steve Hobbs says he's thinking about challenging it, while Oregon and Arizona have pledged to file lawsuits. The order also calls on Homeland Security to compile a list of verified U.S. citizens eligible to vote in each state. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
2-year-old was shot in Tacoma last night. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch says the toddler is recovering at a Tacoma hospital.
Tacoma police say it happened just before 9:30 near South Steele Street and 96th Street South. Fortunately, the toddler was taken to the hospital and last reported in stable condition. About 2 hours after the shooting, police located and arrested 2 suspects, one on suspicion of first-degree assault, the other suspected of rendering criminal assistance. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
City of Stanwood plans to reactivate its flock camera system later this week. This follows newly signed legislation that regulates automated license plate readers. That new law bars federal agencies outside of Washington from accessing the camera's data. It also prevents them from being placed in sensitive areas, including near hospitals or schools. West Seattle residents, you can hear directly from the head of Sound Transit tonight as the agency faces tough questions about planned light rail extensions. CEO Dow Constantine will take part in that town hall, telling KIRO News Radio last week that extending to West Seattle and beyond will happen.
There's no world in which we don't end up with Ballard or West Seattle or Tacoma or Everett. We are committed to getting those things done.
Sound Transit does face a $35 billion budget hole over the next 20 years. Tonight's town hall set for 6:30 at the Youngstown Cultural Arts Center. Now to your weather updates. Looking at a soggy Wednesday with highs in the low 50s. Tomorrow beginning to dry out. Right now 49 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Lots of stuff to get to. We are watching the live countdown right now to the Artemis 2 rocket launch. 1 hour, 17 minutes, 39 seconds until launch at a Kennedy Space Center in Florida. They are saying on the different stations now they're tracking some sort of a new issue, but the countdown continues at this point. And all the footage that we're seeing is all of these astronauts, soon-to-be astronauts, in their seats, just kind of killing time there. Yeah, here we go.
That floor cam, I'm not sure. There's a camera inside the capsule. As you mentioned, the four, I believe it's four, astronauts being launched aboard Artemis 2 are strapped in, and they have been for several hours already.
Yeah. That's a long time just to sit.
It really is. And the anxiety, the nerves.
I wonder, can we pull this back up a second? This is live audio that NASA's providing, and anybody can tap into it and listen to it. But let's hear a little bit of this.
Issues here in Mission Control in Houston, Texas. That would be showstoppers for today's launch. We're continuing to, of course, monitor the countdown along the way
MS1,
and make sure all systems are go for when we reach T0. With that, I'll send it back to you, Megan, at the Kennedy Space Center.
All right, we are ready for another reading if you are ready over there.
Is it weather?
Yes, sir. GBA is steady at 2,600 PSI.
All right.
Okay.
Copy that.
This must
And
be
the
some
more
sort of
times we ask you to do that, the closer we get to launch. So that's a good thing.
I mean, you got to feel nervous for these astronauts. I wonder if any of them reached out ahead of time to any of the ladies who went up in the Bezos rocket, just say, what can we expect?
I noticed your blouse was unzipped. Was it more comfortable? Was that a strategic decision? Was it a temperature-based scientific decision?
Yeah, did they reach out to Gail?
You guys, I will have to tell you, look at the moon.
Oh, Katy Perry.
Was that Katy Perry?
Katy Perry, astronaut.
Astronautess, yeah. Katy Perry. Gail King, did they seek any advice from astronaut Gail King?
Oh, my gosh, no.
Or Jeff Bezos' wife,
Sanchez,
right? Lauren Sanchez.
Yeah, I think it was pre-married.
Well, they're married now.
He wanted to see the effects of gravity on...
Oh, yeah, because that was the joke. The joke was like, if he doesn't like how this is going, does the rocket just not return?
Oh, we're so heartless.
Did people make that joke? Or were
I heard that joke. But all kidding aside, this is a glorious day.
And they made it back fine. Yeah, everybody's fine.
They all came and they kissed the ground because they've been away for 14 minutes.
Were they the most recent astronauts to brave the harsh conditions of space? Was it the Jeff Bezos trip?
I think, yeah.
Good for them.
Aside from going to the space station, there have been space station arrivals and departures since then, I think, if I got my timeline straight.
Okay.
But this is the first trip to the moon in over 50 years.
Yeah. And
right?
they're not going to touch down. It's not like they're flying around it.
They're going to do a lap around the moon. They're going to disengage.
The furthest out that they've been.
Yeah. 5,000 miles, I think I heard, from the moon's surface.
It's a long way.
To do these in-orbit maneuvers.
Yeah.
To make sure that the systems of reconnection and detachment and then return all work efficiently. Mm-hmm. And with the first of many missions to the moon, a $20 billion endeavor between NASA and private enterprise. Artemis 2, SpaceX, Blue Origin. Blue Origin. Yeah. They're all involved in these. And we talked about this last week. I think it's a wonderful collaboration between federal...
Public and private?
And private. Yeah, absolutely. And all technology benefits us in every aspect of our life. That's the beauty of exploration and discovery. And
we've talked about this many times. I mean, we wouldn't have Velcro if not for space.
We wouldn't.
I don't know if they had any Velcro on the Jeff Bezos one because their shirts kept flying open.
Sure didn't look like it.
Do you have your favorite space movie that you think about? Because I think that, we're all fascinated by space. What is it about space that fascinates us? Is it just the size of it? It's big.
I think it's the human nature to go further,
explore.
Yeah,
right? You're right.
It was the oceans, then it was the continents, then it was flight, and now then it was the deep sea. I mean, that's still what did the submarine, the horrible explosion or the collapse of that submarine. That was the need to implosion.
Yeah, the Titan
that was the
implosion.
need to explore. That's why space. I think that's why space fascinates so many people.
I don't know if the Titan one was a need to explore.
Maybe it's a bad example to bring up in a long, great list of explorative efforts.
The other ones, I would say, that one to me felt a little bit like kind of a
vanity play.
Well, a little bit.
Yeah,
you're visiting like a very visited place.
Yeah, just because we can, because we're rich.
Yeah.
They were
Which is not unlike actually the space exploration we were just talking about with the Jeff Bezos.
That's a great similarity.
But on the other side of that, those are the only ones that for a long time were doing anything to keep America in space.
Yeah,
it was the private industry that stepped in.
Right, and there was a time when just the Wright brothers were dumb enough to get into an airplane and leave the planet, but now everybody flies everywhere.
You know
and
what's
that
amazing?
effort from SpaceX means we're getting more and more comfortable with travel in space.
I cannot recommend more highly. David McCullough has a book. You like David McCullough? He's a historian and
Let's go back to books. Ask me if I like books.
There's a book that I'd like you to listen to on tape.
That a boy. Now you're talking.
But it's about the Wright brothers and, and everything that they went through to figure out the problem. They talk about in the book. They solved the problem of flight. And it was amazing. And they did it. They didn't have budgets. They didn't have anything. They didn't have any know-how, really. They just had a determination and a will to do it.
Nice.
And David McCullough makes that history come alive in a way that you are just on the edge of your seat, and you already know how it turns out. You're like, yeah, I know the Wright brothers, but how'd they get there? It's a testament to what a good book it is.
Real page turner.
Yeah, it really is. It is amazing. The book is amazing, so I can't recommend it highly enough. But it is this fascination that we have with flight and with space. And when you think about it, this is crazy. Wright brothers, to the first time that they touched down on the moon, I think is only something like 60 years.
No kidding. Yeah, it's about right.
Isn't that maybe is it 62 years? Because wasn't it 1907 the first time that they flew?
Yeah.
62 years. And when you think about that leap in technology.
And it's been 64 years since we touched the face of the moon.
And now here we are again. Yeah. We've reached another point, and we're kind of, it's not the same like giant leap forward. I mean, we're just kind of trying to get back to where we were.
46 years. I flipped the number.
But whatever it was, yeah. But it's amazing, and people get very excited about it. It's often depicted in movies, and so I thought it would be fun just as we talk about space.
The book's called The Wright Brothers. I'm looking for this. Is great. I'm going to do this.
It's very good.
Oh, David McCullough. I know him. I love him.
I just said David McCullough.
No, but I didn't know who that was. To me, he's just an author when you say like that. When you tell me he's Ducky from NCIS.
David McCullough.
Yeah.
Well,
from The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
NCIS?
Yes.
I don't know he's in NCIS.
Yes, he plays the old British doctor.
I've never seen NCIS.
Oh, my gosh. He's well, first off, he was in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. He's brilliant.
David McCullough?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
You bet. Great Escape. He's an accomplished British actor. And a great audiobook. I mean, I can't wait to hear this.
I think we might be thinking of different people.
David McCullough, the Wright brothers.
I think there's a possibility that David McCullough in the movies is a different David McCullough. I could be wrong about that.
Okay, maybe.
I don't know if David McCullough is in movies.
I'm looking at it. Maybe it is. Two different David McCulloughs came up.
I don't know. We'll look into it.
Either way, it's a good read.
It's a good name. It's a good book. Check it out. It's really good. What's your favorite space movie?
I was raised in space movies. 2001. I saw 2001: Space Odyssey in the theaters.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah. My favorite space movie is probably Contact.
That is an excellent
choice.
Just
because of the messaging alone.
I'm going to play you a little clip of Contact.
It's a benevolent story.
This is Jodie Foster as Dr. Ellie Arroway in Contact. This is actually, when you think about memorable moments just in film, the way that they capture. So in the movie, Jodie Foster plays a little girl who's obsessed, and for reasons that are very personal, because her obsessed with searching for what's beyond.
Right.
This question. Carl Sagan wrote the book, right? Didn't he write that book, Contact?
Good question.
I believe
I think David McCullough reads it. No,
David McCullough, as read by David McCullough, but written by Carl Sagan. I read the book when I was younger, and it was phenomenal. And I only read it because, and I think it is Carl Sagan, but I only read it because the movie was going to come out. And I like to read books before movies come out, just to see how they do it.
One day we're going to do a whole show about that.
We should.
Books or movies, what's better? And who got the book?
Who wins of the two? It's different sometimes. Some movies are better than the book. But anyway, Jodie Foster is sitting on the hood of her, I forget what it's like, a Chevelle or something. It's like an old car. And she's sitting there, and she's just about to lose her funding, and everything's about to fall through. And she's sitting there surrounded by all those SETI satellites.
The big towers. The Great Array.
The Great Array. Is it New Mexico?
I've been there.
Have you really?
I've been there.
What does it look like? Does it look like the movies?
It looks just like it's the scale and the scope of it is incredible.
And they use it
I've
for
been there.
this
they
type
listen.
of thing.
They listen to the stars.
And so she's sitting there, she's looking up, and she's listening, and she's just found out that she's about to lose her funding, and she's thinking like, this might be it. I only have a short time left. And she changes the satellites to go look, or the SETI, whatever they are.
They aim them in a different direction.
They aim them in different directions. She sits there, she's laying in her car, and as the camera pushes in on her, and she's alone. That's the other thing. She's alone, which is a big philosophical question in the movie. Are we alone? And as the camera pushes in, it gets really, really tight on her eyes. And then you hear this, and her eyes snap open. And it's one of those moments in a movie that's just like burned into my brain.
Oh, goosebumps.
Genius. It's so good.
That's one of my favorite space movies of all time.
I totally agree.
And I think I patterned my entire belief of extraterrestrials because
movie.
All those stars. If there's nothing else out there, it seems like an awful waste of space.
Says her dad.
Says her dad.
Yeah. It's a very sweet sentiment, and it's it's a very good movie. And then the sequence as she's driving back to the home thing, she's like, turn the something. So that's all just kind of like movie jargon, but it's still very effective and really good. And then do you remember what happens when they finally figure out how to decipher what the different things are? They plug it into a computer and reroute the thing and give me 10 degrees of CCs back here. And it's all just like ridiculous talk. But the image comes in and it's a swastika.
Right.
And everyone's like, whoa.
And meanwhile, the government gets involved, as they do.
Is it Carl Sagan? Now I'm questioning if it's not, look up who wrote Contact. Is it Sagan?
Carl with a C or K?
C.
Sagan.
Sagan.
Carl
It is.
Yes.
Carl Sagan.
Yes.
Okay.
Good call, buddy.
And then it's a swastika, and they realize that what they did was they're sending back the first message that ever was sent off of the Earth's surface, which was the broadcast of the 1936 Olympics in
Exactly
Berlin.
right. The first televised broadcast. That's the first thing that left this planet. We hear you.
And it took
was
that
them
long
acknowledging
to get to the Vega system or wherever the heck it was. Amazing. Here's one that I always think of is I don't think you can even talk about space movies without talking about Apollo 13.
Jim, we're working on a procedure down here for you. Do you copy?
All right, Houston, we're standing by for those procedures.
I know why my numbers are wrong. I only figured it for 2 people. Maybe I should just hold my breath.
Great. That was Kevin Bacon.
That's a phenomenal movie.
Great movie.
Yeah. So well done. Ron Howard, genius. And they filmed that whole thing on one of those vomit comets, so that they're actually floating.
Yeah, they fly to the edge of the Earth's atmosphere to lose gravitational hold, and they.
Well, they do it's the up and down. It's the up and down thing.
Yeah.
And so they did they would film that entire movie on a set built in the back of that plane.
Yeah.
10 seconds at a time. I mean, to film like that and to be, you can have a lot of faith in the plane.
Can we do it again? No.
Yeah. Have you seen The Right Stuff?
Of course.
Yeah, with all those old guys, Ed Harris,
yeah.
Scott, what's his name? He's great. He was just
Scott
in
Glenn.
Lazy. Scott Glenn. Scott Glenn is fantastic. Yep. But the movie in The Right Stuff, that's what I remember about it.
That's about that exploration spirit.
Yes. Right? That's what it feels like. We're going to go out there and conquer space. We're going to kick space right in the,
we're never going to lose the moon again. Is that what they said?
And we're not going to lose it again.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like. It feels momentous.
It does.
So they're an hour. What are they? An hour oh no! Launch aborted. Launch abort. Hatch closed.
Oh my gosh!
Oh no! The hatch closed with 1 hour until liftoff. All right, I read that wrong. The abort hatch has closed with 1 hour until liftoff.
Okay.
So it means they're still moving forward.
That one's on CNN. That's weird, Chiron.
That's a weird one. I can't make heads or tails of that.
Abort hatch is closed.
With 1 hour until
What does that mean? No matter, now you're in it, no matter what, if something goes wrong, we're still shipping you? That's... People who write chirons have a great responsibility
I think it means?
that they really don't understand.
I think it means that the hatch that they could climb out of is closed.
Hold it now. Now you're going to hold it.
They could just say door closed. Why did I have to say launch abort, hatch closed? They had to get in the word abort there because it makes it seem very exciting. There's 1 hour and 3 minutes until liftoff. Go ahead.
My space movie I can watch anytime, no matter what. The Martian.
The Martian's very good.
The Martian with Matt Damon.
Have you seen the new one? Who wrote that book? Was it Ivan something who wrote The Martian? But he just wrote the other one with Ryan Gosling.
Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary.
Who wrote Project Hail Mary?
I do not
Andy
know.
Weir.
Andy Weir.
There
That's
we
it. That's another one where people are freaking out right now. Space is in. Everybody loves space.
Andy Weir also wrote The Martian. You're right. Absolutely right.
Well, she said that. I got it wrong.
Well,
I said it was
did he write
something? Andy Weir wrote The Martian.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, you wrote them both. I'm looking forward to this Project Hail Mary. I want to see that in the theater. It's
That's
kind of
what
movie
I
you
hear.
got to see in the theater.
People keep telling me that. They say, go see it in the theater. You got to check it out in the theater. This was another one I saw in the theater. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. And we're doing a lot of space talk here, but I hope you guys don't mind.
Because it's an hour to lift off.
It's a big day for America. It's very exciting. Also, there's a
Okay.
Canadian on board, so he's benefiting from our largesse. But Interstellar, the movie Interstellar, with what's his face, handsome fella, Michael Caine. You know what I'm talking about. What's his name?
McConaughey.
That's
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. No, but Michael Caine is in it.
He is.
He's like a nutty doctor.
He doesn't play the handsome guy, but I'm with you. I'm riding you.
Yeah, I think he's handsome. He's a nice looking guy. His wife.
Anne Hathaway is also in Interstellar,
Anne
right?
Hathaway's also a handsome lady.
Great movie.
There's a scene.
She plays an old British guy better than anybody.
Anne Hathaway plays Michael Caine in Interstellar. This is a really great scene in the movie. They're just taking off to space, and remember, in this movie, they're heading to the bounds of space. They're heading into a black hole,
right?
Which they don't even know how it got there, but they're going to head into it to the other side of space. It's all theoretical, but they know no matter what, if they survive, a great deal of time is going to pass in between when they leave and when they return, hopefully. And so he's having to leave his family behind in order to save them, which is like one of those things where you're just like, how do you square that in your head? And that's, we're not there with space right now. These people heading up right now.
We're going to go to the moon.
Be back in 20 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Not actually 20 minutes, but,
It won't be 27 years.
It's not going to be 27 years. Yes. But here's the scene.
Spoiler alert.
This is not one of those contact scenes. This is burned into my brain. I'm going to play this for you.
Okay.
The audio is phenomenal. And I forget who did the audio for this, but it's amazing. I think it's Hans Zimmer, actually, now I think about it. But this is... By
the way, he's played Bumbershoot in the past.
Has he really?
Yes, he has.
No, he hasn't.
I guarantee it.
I would go see Hans Zimmer at Bumbershoot.
Right?
He's phenomenal.
We'll talk about that after. We'll talk about Bumbershoot's upcoming lineup and where we are.
We could do a whole hour on Hans Zimmer's soundtracks. We won't, but we could. All right, but here's the Interstellar scene. It's just so well done. And also Christopher Nolan. Is there a guy out there who can make a movie feel bigger than Christopher Nolan?
Nah, that's great. Yeah.
What a genius.
We'll be waiting for you when you get back. Little older, a little wiser, but happy to see you.
That's Anne Hathaway, by the way.
Do not go gentle into that good night.
She's amazing.
Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end, no dark is right. Because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
Oh, so good. All right, we'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO News Radio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app.
Integrity Roofing and Construction is your trusted local roofing team, offering free estimates, of course. The customer satisfaction is second to none. It speaks for itself. They'll keep your home leak-free. Thank you. Protect from the Northwest weather. Visit integrityrc.com to schedule a free roof assessment or video inspection today. They got years of experience in roofing and restoration. Skilled teams delivering exceptional craftsmanship. Call them today at 206-202-ROOF. You can find them online at integrityrc.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Taxes was waiting on the refund you needed yesterday.
All right, your car repair is going to run about $3,000.
Ugh.
Now Taxes is getting back on the road with TurboTax and Credit Karma, where you can get your refund up to 5 days faster and get personalized guidance to take every dollar further. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Deposit a federal refund into Credit Karma Money account and early submission of refund data by IRS required. Terms apply. Banking services provided by MVB Bank, Inc. Member FDIC. Credit Karma is not a bank.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener. Like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV. But if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to you at a campsite play his acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
You didn't work hard to watch your retirement unravel. You saved, you sacrificed, you built something meaningful for yourself and for your family. Hi, I'm elder law attorney Rajiv Nagaich. I've seen what happens when unexpected health events collide with traditional retirement plans. Savings that took decades to build drains away faster than anyone expected. At LifePoint Law, we help you build a life plan to help you protect your assets and way of life. If you are retired or thinking about retiring, now is the time to double-check your retirement plan.
Retirement doesn't have to feel like a gamble. With straightforward planning and clear answers, LifePoint Law replaces fear with clarity, but only if you start now. Attend the next seminar this Saturday in Bothell, April 7th in Bremerton, the 9th in Olympia, or the 11th in Federal Way. Seats are limited. Sign up now at lifepointlaw.com. Visit lifepointlaw.com.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com. That's pendergastlaw.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Artemis 2 poised to launch into the history books. The crewed mission is scheduled to blast off from the Kennedy Space Center in less than an hour, headed for a trip around the moon. CBS's Christian Benavides has more.
Large crowds started gathering early this morning to get the best view, equipped with telescopes and cameras.
It's pretty monumental, and it's not something that happens every day, so it's incredible.
The mission is part of a long-term plan to send astronauts back to the surface of the moon in 2028 and eventually construct a moon base.
KIRO 7 TV's Dee Sun reports more than 40 Washington companies have a part in this mission, including Redmond's L3 Harris. It builds rocket thrusters.
Carbon Space and Defense in Mukilteo is also contributing to the mission. They make the mechanism that launches the parachutes to help astronauts return to Earth. Boeing is the lead contractor on the SLS rocket that'll propel the Orion Crew module into space.
Farming advocates say this year's cherry harvest is being threatened by a spike in ice raids on Washington farms. KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey has more on where the raids are happening.
Rumors of ice raids shut down packing houses and processing facilities last year across central Washington, says Dylan Honcoop with Save Family Farms. This year, he says an uptick of actual raids threatens to do it again.
And when those things shut down, that fruit goes to waste. Farms and the entire operation loses thousands, if not millions,
millions of dollars. It's hugely damaging.
Honkoop says farmers in Western Washington are reporting workers being detained and sent to an ICE facility in Tacoma, even if they have proper documentation. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
President Trump is set to address the nation tonight, updating the country on the war in Iran. CBS's Tina Kraus with a preview.
Ahead of his primetime address to the nation, President Trump claimed Iran has asked for a ceasefire.
Iran kids.
An assertion Iran state media called false and baseless. In a social media post, the president said a ceasefire would be considered, quote, when Hormuz Strait is open, free, and clear. Until then, we are blasting Iran into oblivion.
President's address is set for 6 o'clock. We will carry it live. Now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. With heavy rain across the region this afternoon, you can expect a very busy commute, and we are knee-deep already with some new crashes. Let's start you through Kent, southbound 167 at 84th Avenue. This collision blocks your toll lane. You're backed up almost to 405. Renton to Auburn's at a half hour. That's double the norm for this time of day. In South Tacoma, North 5 at 56th. A collision blocks your right lane. You're backed up to 84th. South 5, your looky-loo backup starts at State Route 16 at the State Route 16 curve. In Auburn, eastbound 18, just past Auburn Black Diamond Road, a crash just reported, and traffic is stacked up at M Street. About a 2.5 mile solid backup already. 35 minutes to travel through downtown Seattle on northbound I-5. Big backup started at Albro Place to the Ship Canal Bridge. Get over to Highway 9. That is 99. That is wide open through downtown in both directions. And South 5, you'll slow from the U District to the West Seattle Bridge. Linwood to Seattle up to 25 minutes. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Now to the forecast. Rainy today, cold, gusty, along with mountain snow. Right now, 49 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. We were talking a little earlier. I thought this would be fun to come back to because we got a lot of text messages about this, Spike. Bumbershoot is happening. And boy, people are excited about it. Just kidding.
Some people are. There was a story right up in the Seattle Times today.
I'm sure Seattle Times is excited. Yeah. And they might be. Maybe genuinely they're very excited about it.
They've got a tough task, Bumbershoot, because they were falling on financial, not just hard times.
Yes.
They're $1 million in debt at one point.
Yikes.
They had to refigure how they do this entirety, if it's even viable to keep this art music festival that's been a part of Seattle life for 40-some years.
Mm-hmm.
Is it even feasible to keep going? So they had to find ways to trim fat and change the dynamics. And
the big band this year at Bumbershoot is Death Cab for Cutie, who has some hits. I'm not taking anything away from them. They're very good. Local band, right? They're from Bellingham.
Absolutely, yeah.
Who's the biggest name, though? I mean, but that's not, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, they're good.
At Bumbershoot this year?
They're fine. But who's the biggest name you've ever seen where you would go like, man, I saw this person in the history of your life? Like how many?
You mean in concert?
At Bumbershoot.
At Bumbershoot.
Yeah, at Bumbershoot.
Loretta Lynn.
I
mean, Ray Charles.
I'm trying to come up with these things because we have
music,
a bunch
right?
Of these.
Okay, yeah.
We have a bunch of these.
B.B. King.
B.B. King. Let me see if I
saw
B.B. King. Here we go. B.B. King.
Thrill is gone.
To a sold-out Seattle Coliseum.
The thrill is gone
awesome.
away.
Right? Yeah. B.B. King on stage.
Is it the field?
No, that's the
what's the one I'm thinking of? The field.
Oh, Memorial Stadium.
Memorial Stadium. That's where I saw Bob Dylan for 5 minutes before I left. Horrible show. But again, I think he was probably enjoying himself a little too much before the show started. B.B. King's a legit good one, though. That's a really good one.
Bonnie Raitt. I saw Memorial Stadium.
Bonnie Raitt?
Yep.
I don't have a Bonnie Raitt.
Jackson Brown?
Jackson Brown. I got a Jackson Brown. No, I don't have Jackson Brown. Yeah, I do. Here it is. Jackson Brown. Jackson Brown. Here we go. Is this Jackson Brown?
Oh, yes.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
At Bumbershoot for $15.
Do you think he played the song?
I know he did.
Oh, you did?
Of course he did. Yeah, of course he did.
Good. You should. Come to a place, you got to play the hits. Can you imagine if Jackson Brown came and didn't play Running on Empty? What else would he be playing? Does he have a bunch of other stuff? He must.
He's got tons of hits.
He's got a lot of stuff. Yeah, a lot of great stuff. Bob Dylan, I saw this live. Think about that. I saw this live.
How does it feel?
Didn't sound like that. I think he might have fallen asleep. I don't know that. It might not have been him. I was also far away, so I can't be honest if it was fully Bob Dylan. Maybe it was like an act that came out ahead of him.
And he fell down, and some people came off and carried him off stage to a private place. Put his nose back on. Sorry, kids. Bob will be out shortly. Making Rolling Stone.
That's a real good one. I like that. REM, Man on the Moon, they were there too.
Sorry.
Great big bands.
I mean, Fleetwood Mac's played Bumbershoot.
Fleetwood Mac.
Roy Orbison. Miles Davis has
Roy
played
Orbison.
Bumbershoot, right? I don't think we have those because they were pre-mine. There you go. At Bumbershoot.
The kind I like to meet, pretty woman.
What's another Roy Orbison song? I got to be honest. I'm not deep into his catalog. I do like Pretty Woman.
All right for a while.
I don't know that one. Crying Over You. Okay. Is that his big hit?
Probably. Well, Pretty Woman probably because it was Van Halen brought it to the next generation.
Who did?
Van Halen.
They played
Pretty Woman first album.
Really?
Their big cover.
I didn't know that.
Pretty woman walking down the street. Pretty woman.
It's pretty good. Yeah. I would have said, if you told me that, I would have just said that's Roy
Van
Orbison. Because I didn't know Van Halen covered it.
Sure they did. Got him on the radio.
If you want to go to Bumbershoot, the cheapest ticket you can buy is $155.
That's what. It's not the lineup. It's not the lineup. It's not no knock on Death Cab for Cutie or Turnstile is the other or the big Saturday headliner.
Yeah,
I couldn't. If you
could go for a single day. We didn't say this earlier, but I will say there is a single day pass for $90.
That's only $90.
Yeah, $90. But still, $90 single day, no reentry. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, if you do want to leave the $155 for the whole weekend, right?
Yeah.
$175 if you want to leave and come back. If you want to see a show in the afternoon, pop out and grab some dinner, grab a nap.
$325 for a deluxe with cheese. $325.50. That's a lot of money. And when you think about what people pay for like a Disneyland experience, you know?
Yeah.
You start adding those prices up. I think what is Disney admission? I mean, not a fast pass Disney admission, but like a regular Disney admission is like probably pushing $120, something like that.
That's more.
It's more than that nowadays, I believe it is.
I'm going in a few weeks for a bachelorette party.
You going with a bunch of kids?
We're doing Park Hopper and Lightning Lane, and that adds like at least $120 to it. But you want to be able to go to both California Adventure and Disneyland,
you don't
right?
want to stand in all the lines.
They're kind of small parks. Yeah, the lines are long. You'll get more out of it.
Does
they
it
get
feel-
you. You know what I mean?
Does it feel strange to go? I guess most people going are just adults. Don't bring kids with them. I think most of the people at the park are probably a bunch of bachelorette parties.
I think it's going to be more fun without kids. We can move faster.
Well, no doubt.
You can have a little drink.
Absolutely, no doubt. But all those kids have to wait in line because you got these drunk bachelorettes running around, cheering over everything.
They should have a bunch of kids outside in a pen. If you're an adult coming along,
where's this going?
Follow me here.
Yeah.
And this is benevolent. This is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Get a bunch of kids. I don't know, orphanage, wherever.
Yeah.
And put
like
them there.
Like a Dickensian type of a child.
Right, child's right. Tattered
dressed
little
as a
yes. Tattered shoes.
Southern California, but still freezing.
Right.
Because it's cold.
Sure, you pump that fake snow in they use at the Christmas time.
Yeah.
And if you want to use a fast pass,
empty bowl of porridge.
You bring a kid. You bring a little Dixonian kid.
And you say, come on in.
Come on there, Oliver.
Come on in, Oliver. Charlie Bucket.
Charlie Buckets, Oliver, Dodger, whatever you want to call them. If you want a fast pass, you can't buy your way through. You got to use goodwill.
Yeah.
You got to take a kid.
You got to pay for a little kid.
You got to take a
have
kid.
fun.
Right.
And they'll say, can we have more rides?
Please,
say,
more
rides?
Some more.
No. No more rides. It's for bachelorettes.
How the hell have we gotten so far off the track?
I don't know. Has that rocket launched yet?
No.
Still sitting on the pad. 43 minutes. Oh, it's getting close. I'm getting nervous.
Are you doing a 4-day park hopper? What are you doing down there? 2 days, 4 days?
2 day, which is pretty much the worst thing you can do. Because once you get 3 days, that's when discounts start coming in.
2 days is a lot of pressure.
2 days is just face value price.
Yeah, that's a lot of.
I saved
$300, right? At least
$40 by booking through AAA.
You
that
guys
was the
stay in
best
a
I
park
could find.
hotel?
No.
No, that's a lot of money. I already told you about my family fight over that.
Yeah.
Yeah. $8,000. My brother wanted to pay $8,000 to stay in a Disney hotel. I said, are you nuts? That's crazy.
Was it a month?
I'll stay at the Embassy Suites, 5 minutes away.
Is that the monthly rate, $8,000 a month?
No, it's for a weekend. It's for 3 nights.
Do you get early park access with that?
You do.
You do get early park access.
Okay,
you might even get a discount on eggs or something. But that's a lot of money.
I've done that.
You've done 8,000?
It wasn't 8,000 when I did it.
Yeah, but
my little one
inflation
was,
being what it is.
I think my little one was 3 when we did this.
But that was how many years ago?
18 years ago.
That's 8,000 today.
Ago. Yeah, it is. Probably is today. We had a corner suite at the Grand Floridian. There was a Christmas tree in my room.
You get to go down and pet the animals and everything? They got
you betcha.
Wildlife? You pet a crocodile?
No, no.
Alligator. They got gators in Florida, not crocodiles.
Yeah, they asked you not to do that.
Really?
Yeah. We did get private boating to the front gate of the Magic Kingdom, though.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. Those little river boats.
Yes.
Yeah. My family by itself, little 6-year, right across the lake, dropped us at the gate, skipped the line.
Oh, my gosh.
It's worth every penny.
That would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
You see, and that's a memory. You're not looking back thinking like, I
No.
wish I had that $3,000.
No.
You're remembering the
right.
time.
You're right.
I still think my brother's nuts for
You do
wanting to pay
what you can do, and you make the most of what you can get. That's
yeah.
it.
I mean, God bless him.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
I hope they have a very fun time in their sweet
Sure.
hotel. We're
You'll be
going to be at the Embassy
You'll be making
Suites.
sandwiches.
We're going to be
in your
making a
room.
sensible decision.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah, because you know what? Those are great because they got the 2 rooms. They got the 1 room, but then they got the other one.
Sure you do.
It's
Yeah.
like you're getting a suite.
Yep.
I believe last time I stayed there, they still had a pretty generous breakfast.
Nice. Make your own waffles.
Make your own waffles.
Well, that's priceless.
What's not to love about that?
Priceless.
I mean, there's a price on it. There is a price, but
Not the memory.
But the memory is free. What are we talking about?
41 minutes to the moon
41
launch.
minutes, 26 seconds.
John will have to bring you that one because we're almost done.
Yeah,
We're going to read
You'll
some.
have that live.
Yeah.
But we got text messages, tons of other stuff next. Stick around. We'll be right back.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
You know, the decision regarding assisted living for a loved one or parent can be overwhelming, can be the most important decision you ever make. Here's what I wish someone had told me sooner. Aegis Living. Forget what you think you know about senior living communities, what they look like, what they feel like, what they taste like. We're talking luxury communities, chef-prepared meals, resort-style amenities, and best of Western Washington, rated #1 senior living facility in all of America by Senior Living Magazine. Visit aegisliving.com/spike. Schedule a visit today to get a special take-home gift. It's free. There's no obligation. There's no pressure. When you do, you'll be saying to whoever's with you, this must be the place because it is. aegisliving.com/spike.
How was your break? It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code THRIVE25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code THRIVE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's THRIVE25.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
If you've saved more than $300,000, there's one thing you can do now that could make your savings go twice as far in retirement, and it's tax planning. That's right. Tax planning could significantly reduce the taxes on your IRA and 401k withdrawals, Social Security benefits, and other investment income. Charlie Harger here. Find out how much money you could save with a free retirement tax savings savings analysis from the good people at Boss Retirement Solutions. To schedule your free analysis, call 206-210-1350. Tax planning for retirement could reduce your taxes not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. And the savings could be 6 figures. Let's find out how much money you could save. Call 206-210-1350. 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
Need some TLC for your hybrid or EV? A&M Auto Repair in Bellevue gives you fast, cost-effective, guaranteed service. Go to myevpros.com or call 425-96-EV-FIX. A&M Auto Repair treats you fair and square.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. For a limited time, we'll pay the sales tax. That's right, we'll discount all new orders the cost of the sales tax on the project. Call today and let one of our pros come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
File with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. TurboTax helps you get your biggest refund, and then Credit Karma helps you do more with it. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Hey there, Dawn Riley with Olympic Hot Tub. Make the arrival of spring even sweeter with a healthy, relaxing saltwater soak every night. During our Sweet Spring Savings event, you can save up to $3,000 on the hot tub of your dreams. Experience the incredible wellness benefits of natural salt water right in your own backyard. Ends April 14th. Learn more at OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
All right, welcome back to the show. Lots of text messages to get to. Tons of great stuff today. We're still waiting on that rocket launch. 35 minutes and counting. Should happen during John's show, so stay tuned for that. Right now, we get your text messages. Why don't we jump right into those? And joining us today is Mike Seibert, who is producing part of the show for us today. Mike, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks for being here.
You're welcome. Let's start with Black Sunshine in Kitsap County. We really like this one. I really like the fact that Spike and Jake don't agree on many things and can discuss it like adults, and at the end agree to disagree. Jake has been able to change Spike's mind on some issues, or at least lowered his view on it, and absolutely the reverse. Jake has grown to be a more compassionate to Spike's views. I love the show.
That's
and as somebody new coming in, I completely agree with that. I love y'all's dynamic.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Black Sunshine.
Mike,
Very
next time
sweet.
remember to turn my mic on for me, would you please?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I can't from here. I'd have to reach over you.
Reach over? Rookie mistakes.
Andrew's got you in the booth. Let's move on to April Fool's Day. This from Sandy a few years ago. Dick's Drive.
One at a time, Mike. We'll let him do one. We'll get back to you. It's okay, rookie mistake.
Spike, you go. Spike,
Sure.
you go.
No, I
Spike,
think
you go. He's upset in the order.
I'm just popping.
He's just
you.
messing with you, Mike.
I love you, buddy. You're doing a great job. Laura, thanks very much. You guys do fabulous work.
To the text messages, guys. Jeez,
On
Louise, we'll
April Fool's
congratulate
Day,
each other
Sandy
later.
says, a few years ago, Dick's Drive-In put an April Fool's Day joke of a strawberry milkshake scented candle. I didn't realize it was a prank, and I was sorely disappointed one could not actually go and order one.
Yes. Rick from Bothell says, my boss went on vacation. While gone, I replaced his office family photos with Osborne family photos. Does he mean Osborne like
Yes,
Ozzy
Oh,
Osborne?
my God, that's great.
Took him a few hours to notice. I also linked our CEO's paper clips together, about 25 in all good, clean fun.
Oh, that's nice.
It does sound like good, clean fun.
Yeah.
I like it. Go for it, Mike. Let's get to the Artemis launch. People are talking about it.
Oh, sure. Well, from the 425, like the book says, everybody poops.
That's true. We were talking about they sit in those seats a long time.
Right, what you said, what happens if nature calls?
I saw them getting into those seats before we got on the air.
It was about 4 or 5 hours ago.
Yeah.
They were strapped in.
They just been sitting there. Yep. I would get like, you ever been on like a really long flight?
Of course.
But on this, you can't get up. You can't move around.
No.
So what do you do to stay limber? So you don't cramp up.
Yeah, that's a great question.
I'd just be cramping up. They must give them some sort of a supplement.
Brian says, and from Olympia, we can go to the moon, but we can't solve the problem of homelessness. Priorities, he asks. I will say that some of those space blankets invented by NASA come in pretty handy.
They do come in pretty handy.
Pretty do. Those thin ones, you bet.
Tin Hat Jason says, I'm totally into astronomy. The moon is around 250,000 miles away from Earth. Crazy town. That's a long way. That's a really long way. That is crazy.
Yep. On to Bumbershoot. Tom wrote, this music is for my 23-year-old daughter and her friends.
Yep, we acknowledge that, right?
That's who it's for.
Yep.
Yeah.
425 says Turnstile, the Saturday headline, Turnstile is the best, but tickets are too expensive. I've seen them once before, and I won't be going now because $90.
It's a lot of money. Peggy says, I saw Tina Turner there in 1983 at Bumbershoot. She says it was a free festival for years. I didn't realize that. Then they started charging $8 to see a band, but it was worth every penny. I saw many great shows. Thank you, Peggy.
Steffi in Olympia, in the mid-'80s, I remember seeing George Thorogood at Bumbershoot before I knew who he really was.
Spike, who's George Thorogood?
Lonesome George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers. Bar band from New Jersey. Bad to the bone.
That song. Okay.
That's Lonesome George Thorogood.
Gotcha.
One bourbon, one scotch, one beer. Ted Needham-Claw says, I saw Bob Dylan 6 or 7 years ago. Worst concert I've ever been to, and I've been to over 250 shows.
Whoa.
So you were not alone.
Maybe that was the same concert then.
Yeah, I think
it was longer than 6 years ago, Ted.
He's not getting any younger or better.
On the millionaire's tax, Mike in Edmonds says the reason the governments are bankrupt is because the billionaires have all the money, which is not correct. But we still appreciate the text
opposing
message.
viewpoints. 425 says, Spike, you are wrong. A business is a business. What's the goal of any business? To make money. Bottom line, it's the business's choice to leave. It doesn't make anything wrong with them. And I've asked my wife not to text the show.
Jesus writes, we got into this problem by growing super fast and in all caps, not taxing the companies that were causing the growth.
Interesting, Jesus. Interesting. Let's see here. 405. I had to move away from the state I was from because there was zero opportunities, because it's way too cheap and not likable to live in because there's nothing to do. So what do? I moved to the Seattle area. I found a great opportunity, and yes, I pay more for it, but I sure as heck can't find any of these opportunities in Oklahoma. Well, 405, I hope you're enjoying your decision. Good for you.
And people say your dollar goes a lot further in Oklahoma. It has to get to something to do.
That's funny.
That's on a bumper sticker somewhere. 10 years since legal cannabis is in our state. 253 says, according to my younger daughter, weed is much cheaper on the black market. So we do still buy there. People do still buy there.
There you go.
That's no taxation on black market. Yeah, makes sense.
All right. Very quickly, let's fly through these space movies because we're almost out of time here. Steve says, my favorite space movie is The Ice Pirates. I've never seen this. Do you know The Ice Pirates?
I don't
know The Ice Pirates.
It's not great.
Okay.
It's okay to like a movie, but it's not the classic that Steve thinks it is.
There's a reason we don't know it sounds like. Let's see here. Kate in Covington says author David McCullough is the author. Actor that you're thinking of, Spike, is David McCullum.
Oh, okay,
McCullum.
okay. Thank you. Fernando says Interstellar, Project Hail Mary, and The Martian, in that order.
206 says, wouldn't it be cool if they sent back photos of the rover that they left on the surface of the moon? They said that they could put new batteries in and drive that thing today. I've always wondered that. Why don't they take pictures of that and send it back? And all this, I know this conspiracy theory about us never being up there.
Yeah.
Just take a long distance shot.
There it is.
Yeah.
Well, then with AI, what's the point of are we going to believe a long distance shot these days?
That's true. All right, John Curley's coming up next. He will have all the live coverage from everything that's happening on the moon launch and so much more. Stick around. We will see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO. News Radio 97.3 FM.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You could file your taxes on a basic free service, which is fine. But are you okay with fine? Because when it's your money on the line, do you really want to guess if you missed a credit or hope the math is right? Get the confidence of TurboTax for free right on the Intuit Credit Karma app. Free Fed and free state for simple 1040s only. Around 37% of filers qualify. See details at turbotax.com/free. No schedules except for EITC, CTC, student loan interest, and Schedule 1A.
Take me out to big trees. Take me to see the leaves. Privacy screens and evergreens. You already know they have thousands of trees.
Big Trees for tree sales and transplants. Find Big Trees in Snohomish or BigTreeSupply.com. Ever wonder how much energy it takes to power your life? Streaming shows, running appliances, even using AI to plan your next trip?
A lot, and it's growing fast.
So we need more energy, and it has to be clean and reliable.
Exactly. That's why Energy Northwest is exploring new ways to keep power flowing sustainably to meet the rising demand.
All this new technology is exciting, but we need the energy to keep up.
And Energy Northwest is making it happen.
Where do I learn more?
Energy-Northwest.com.
Energy Northwest, powering our clean energy future.
You didn't work hard to watch your retirement unravel. You saved, you sacrificed, you built something meaningful for yourself and for your family. Hi, I'm elder law attorney Rajiv Nagaich. I've seen what happens when unexpected health events collide with traditional retirement plans. Savings that took decades to build drains away faster than anyone expected. At LifePoint Law, we help you build a life plan to help you protect your assets and way of life. If you are retired or thinking about retiring, now is the time to double-check your retirement plan.
Retirement doesn't have to feel like a gamble. With straightforward planning and clear answers, LifePoint Law replaces fear with clarity, but only if you start now. Attend the next seminar this Saturday in Bothell, April 7th in Bremerton, the 9th in Olympia, or the 11th in Federal Way.